too hard. But other than that, I don't see nothing
Yeah,
that
that's the
anybody
reason I
getting
joined the
blocked and timed
panel.
out.
That's the reason I
Nah,
joined
I
the
ain't,
panel though, because it's my first day, and I asked a question. I know I think they blocked me because I asked about Kennedy Carter, but they ain't even warn me or nothing. They just blocked me.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna
First day in the
hold you. I
chat, and I didn't even
camped up.
know.
I,
yeah.
I ain't gonna
Hold
hold.
on, guys. Hold on one second. It's Delhi. Now, what happened to you now?
Yeah, I joined the chat, and I was asking a question to you, what you thought about Kennedy Carter spaces and stuff, and they just blocked me out of nowhere, and they said we're
All
not
right, guys,
talking
come
about
on
Carter.
now. Come on, guys. We can't be doing
See,
that, man.
look, but look, KSAP, I cammed up. I wasn't even gonna cam up. I cammed up because I heard what Mike was saying. So when your chat first started, I tried to send you a super chat mad times and I couldn't. They kept saying I looked at my account. That's how bad it. I'm like, wait, I don't got no money in my account. Like I couldn't send you no super chat. I don't know what happened. Like I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if y'all saw me commenting. I was
Nah.
commenting and all that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I have
So
tried to send some people a super chat on other platforms, and that super chat act like it's going through, but it don't go through. I didn't know the reason. I really didn't look into it. But come on, guys, we can't be blocking people out for unknown reasons. I apologize to everybody that's happened to, but let me give Zoe Media a shout out for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money. Money, dollar, dollar.
Zoe just reached 100 subs today. Appreciate the support, man. Yeah, hey,
1,000,
congratulations on that, Zoe. 1,000
1,000.
subs, man. I appreciate that.
Congratulations, though.
Yeah,
Congrats,
that's
Zoe.
good stuff, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay, now that I got out the way, panel. I mean, not the panel, but chat. Please do not put it this way. Don't block nobody for no comments, only if they're racially motivated. Okay.
And I'm black, me in Brooklyn. This is Mike. If you guys could,
Play word or block.
yeah, because I'm like Brooklyn. I went back to my Apple case app to see if my credit card's not there because my super chats were not going through. I'm like, what's going on? But then I researched. I'm like, I'm blocked.
All right.
But
All right,
anyways, yeah.
we got that out the way, man.
All
Let's
right.
get off into the show. They said YouTube has a glitch or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, I don't think it's like what L said. It's not a moderator issue. Sometimes it is not a moderator issue because, like I said, I've tried it on some channels where I'm trying to send a super chat and it won't go through. But come on, guys, no more striking nobody or putting them on timeout or mute, whatever y'all doing. Only if it's racially motivated. All right. Only if it's racially motivated. And we know what the racial motivation is. All right. Shout out to Kai Young for the $5 super chat.
Here comes the money. Money, dollar, dollar.
Yeah, I see you, Brooklyn. I got your message in there now.
All right, cool.
All right. So be nice. They're hurting you without knowing. You work too hard for this. Be nice, man. Where you been at, man? You've been hiding. Be nice. But yeah, okay, let's get to it now. We got Keisha on the panel. We got Duvall, we got Mike, we got Wody Mac, we got Steady Serv'n ENT, we got Israeli, and we got Brooklyn. So I'm gonna start off with Keisha. Keisha then jumped up in here. Keisha, what you got on what we talking about tonight? This free agency, man. This things that's going on down in Miami, man, with the Chicago Sky, talking to Courtney Vandersloot and Dejanay Carrington. What you got?
So Dejanay Carrington and Vandersloot. Hey, who was that?
I don't know. Somebody.
Oh,
You must have been looking at another YouTube channel or something. Oh, that's the baby. Oh, the
no, that was
baby.
yes, the baby.
Yeah.
But I would say, like I said, I don't think nothing. I don't think. Let me. I want Dejanay Carrington. Let me just start there. Definitely Dejanay Carrington. I don't think Vandersloot is a bad deal because she can be like a veteran point guard that can bring along whoever we bring in through either the draft or or the next draft. I think she's a decent veteran point guard that can help us through this time. I don't think Vandersloot's a bad because I think she's better than what we have already on the roster. If we don't get Olivia Miles, it's not bad to go with a veteran that fits in pretty much everywhere she went. So I'm not opposed to it. You know what I'm saying? Vandersloot probably got what you think, K7. maybe a good 3 years left in her career.
Well,
What
you
you
know, when you
saying?
talk, yeah, I don't think she's shown any decline in
Oh,
her
okay.
style of play.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even though she's 35, but she plays her own style of ball, right? I mean,
Right,
you're
right,
not
right,
asking Courtney Vandersloot to go out there and drop 30 on somebody's head. They asking
right.
Courtney Vandersloot to really just, to get the offense in position so she can control the offense, make passes and stuff like that. She still has that. Her passes shouldn't go away at the age of 35. We're not asking her to come out there and shoot the ball 20 times a game. We ask
Right.
it as a veteran point guard in leadership, knowing how to pass the ball to get everybody involved, which we saw yet last year, the point guards that was out there, their inability to do that, right? So you bring in somebody like a Courtney Vandersloot, and like I said earlier, it just tells me one thing. I think these general managers on certain teams, like the Chicago Sky, really think that Olivia Miles is not going to be there at number 3. They think Olivia Miles is playing so well that she's moved up, possibly being, I'm going to say this, I'm going to go out on a limb, possibly being the number 1 or the number 2 pick, right? So now you got to have a backup plan.
I think, K-Sap, I mean, even if you don't get Olivia Miles and you just need somebody to right the ship, I think Vandersloot can help you right the ship as far as at that point guard spot. At least we know for sure she can play that position.
Yeah.
And she can also be a veteran that guides the next point guard we do get.
Yeah.
My only thing I think about, I hesitate just a little bit, I just need to know what Chicago Sky gonna do with all these other guards they got on the roster. They got to move some of these people now.
And this is what I think is going to happen. Then I'll let the other panels get in here and we'll go one by one. But this is what I think going to happen. If you can get somebody like a Courtney Vandersloot, you ain't got to offer her $200,000 to $300,000, right?
True.
Jeff P got $900K to work with, right? You can offer Courtney Vandersloot probably about $100K, right? Then you look at it like this with Dejanay Carrington, right? Even though she's a restricted free agent, Jeff P can force Connecticut's hand. He can give Dejanay a max deal, right? I'm just saying.
He don't need to fumble that bad.
Exactly.
If she took the meeting, that means she's interested. Offer her the money.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So if you give her that money, you forcing Connecticut's hand. Now, Connecticut, are you willing to match what Jeff P is going to match? That does two things. That gets you your point guard in Vandersloot. They get you Dejanay. You building through free agency, right? Now you still got your number 3 pick. If Olivia Miles is not there, Sonia Citron falls right in your lap. You take somebody like a Sonia Citron that sews up your 3-and-D player. Put her alongside Dejanay Carrington. That's your defense right there. Now you got defense around the perimeter, right?
Right.
Now that number 10 pick, I won't be mad if they package that number 10 pick, throw Dana Evans in there, throw whoever these other guards in there, and go out and get somebody like a Jewel Lloyd. That solidifies 3 things right there, right? Now you still got yourself like $600 to spend. Now you go out and entertain these other free agents.
And help me with this. The next year's draft, what picks do we have? Do we know?
I don't know what the pick is.
Until it happens.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
we won't know.
I was saying though, I was just saying like, I mean, I hype up Tanaya Latson so hard body, girl doing like averaging 30. If it don't work out, whatever, you don't fall in fix. I mean, I'm looking at the Liberty is like the Lynx is like the favorites, the aces. I mean, again, like if you're not really trying to go all the way with it and it's not a bad look. I mean, that's a great potential. If it don't work out, somebody like say like a Latson in next year's draft. But right now, if we're looking at this year's draft with the 3 and the 10, I understand that yes, Seattle might be interested in probably taking the 10th off your hands and maybe Dana Evans. It's cool, but then Jewel is also she's getting to that back end of her career, and it could be just a 1-year rental. It could be a 1-year rental.
I'm not buying that.
It
could be a 1-year rental, and that's why I don't like that. Like you gave up a lot.
I don't think this Jewel Lloyd situation will be a 1-year rental. She already said that she wants to retire as a Chicago Sky. I don't think it's a 1-year rental.
This out of mouth. Oh, if she said that, then yeah, cool.
Yeah,
but now you got to pay her too, though.
That's
gotta
what I
pay it
said.
too.
No, that's
2026, you're gonna have to pay it.
what the money's up. The money's up in
Everybody
2026.
got to get paid.
Yeah, she's
Everybody gotta get paid, and get paid extra.
Yeah.
So
Nah.
Wody, first of all, your comment on Tanaya Latson, I don't think you're hyping up nothing. She's the real deal.
All right, we're not talking
Yeah.
about Tania
Yeah.
Latson. We're
No,
not
no,
talking
I
about
know,
next year's
okay,
draft.
I
Stay
got
on
you.
topic. And look, let me let Duvall get in here. Go ahead, Duvall. What you got?
Hello, everybody.
But what up, though?
Lakeisha, I'm gonna put you on the spot right here
Okay,
because
go ahead.
you was on HD channel yesterday.
Hmm.
Now, did I or did I not break this story that Angel Reese was recruiting Dejanay Carrington and Satu Sabali in that unrivaled league?
You did say that. You did say that, Devon. You did.
Because I had got somebody who's in the know that told me that was what's going on down there. So I'm not surprised by the news today, and I think Dejanay Carrington, people that say that she can't shoot, what people fail to realize is great defense turned to offense.
Right.
So if you got two all level defenders in Dejanay and Angel, and a real protector in Cardoso, if you got a bucket getter in Jewel Lloyd that if you can work that out,
You still need a
you got
shooter, guys.
you still got a playoff team. You still got a playoff team. You still got Rachel Bennett coming off the bench if you don't use her in the trade. Like I said again, at the end of the day, defense turned into offense. We need to get the defense down first before
Hmm.
anything else. Because it don't matter how much points you put up. If you let the other team score, it doesn't matter. We wasted time.
Exactly.
I would just like
And
to say
so,
this though, Duval. They didn't have a problem with defense per se. They were keeping teams to like on average 70 points. So it seems like you need to go in the opposite direction and get somebody who's a buck.
No,
That's just my opinion.
They was atrocious in perimeter defense. They was like almost to the last of the league. You are right. They was okay in the interior, but they couldn't stop nobody on the perimeter. I.e., your Caitlin Clarks, your people that shooting threes. They couldn't stop them.
Right.
I'm gonna put it this way, Walter. I'm gonna bring in the football for a second. The San Francisco 49ers in 1994 had Eric Davis and Merton Hayes. You think they had a problem getting Deion Sanders to fortify that defense so they can help win the Super Bowl that year? I don't care
Mm,
how much good defense you had last year. If you could upgrade the defense for this year, you never turn it down. You
right.
never turn down defense. You never turn down effort.
Oh
Keyshawn.
There's
no,
never such
I
thing.
would I would take a effort player, a player that gives you effort on defense, but at least like I say is like thinking of like what NBA and WNBA player right now. I mean that fits the mold. Damn, it's hard to say. I mean, yeah, you could say Odyssey Sims. It will give you effort on defense and give you competent play on both ends. May not necessarily outstanding either way, but you're solid on both ends. Whereas I'm looking at Dejanay, you're getting somebody said in the chat, okay, where's the spacing if you get Dejanay, right? You get Sloop, who's not really trying to shoot, which I still like it because she's gonna set everybody else up. Don't need her to do that. Then you got another perimeter defender. And yes, you say defense leads to scoring, which all this could be true if you got a fast break team, a team that's gonna get out and run. Can Cardoso run the floor like it did? Yes. Can Angel run the floor like it did? Yes. Right. So it's all this, that, and the third, all the others. But if the other team is any bit competent defensively as well, now you in a slugfest. And that's why I said, all right, now you need somebody who's the actual bona fide scorer.
Man,
You
y'all
saying you
always the problem I have, man. Y'all always pointing out all the negative stuff, but don't want to give no focus on the positives. You always want to focus on the negative. Why if they can't do this, they can't do this. Now you need a bona fide scorer. Now you need this. Now you need that. Come on, guys. Everybody in the WNBA got their flaws, but it seems to be working out on their respective teams. A lot of flaws went on with the New York Liberty. They won the championship, right? A lot of flaws Minnesota had, but they got to the WNBA championship.
Hmm.
Connecticut had some flaws last year. They couldn't score the ball, but they was highly talented on defense, right? And that got
Oh
them to
yeah,
the playoffs. So stop
they
focusing on the negative
And,
stuff
and and the
and let's go
FIFA
with the
scored a
positive
lot of
stuff.
points, but that they wasn't gonna win in the playoffs with that style of play.
Yeah,
No matter
what the
how
Keyshawn.
many, no
Connecticut's
matter how many scores they had on the field, because they couldn't
And
stop
I
nobody.
might not agree, but what the Connecticut Sun were last year is what it sounds like you're trying to make the Sky now.
No, we're
Which
not
can work
trying to
for the
make them
Connecticut
nothing.
Sun.
Wody, what you doing is focusing on all the negative on every player that we see could be a potential
Oh
fit
no.
for the
I
Chicago
like
But I'll
Sun.
take it.
I do like the
I'll
slew
take it.
fit.
Though.
I like the slew
No, I
fit.
think he
That
just
I
like
think
offense.
I'll take it though. You know why?
Now,
You know why? I'll
well,
take
can
it.
I
I'm gonna
finish?
get some gingerbread.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. One at a time.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
finish.
I'll take it.
Hold
Let him
on,
finish.
Claude.
just saying,
Let Duval finish, and
I
then we'll
want to
get you in
finish
there.
answering. I want to finish answering Woody Mac question. He said if both teams playing good defense, it turns to a slugfest. Guess who the X factor is? Angel Reese. You know why? Because her
Rebounding.
rebounding paralysis, she gonna give you extra possessions, and that's the only thing that you need.
Yeah,
So if I got two teams that playing stellar defense, and I got one person that can out rebound anybody and their mama at the same time, that means I'm gonna have extra 4, 5, 6 possessions per game. That means I have a better chance of winning each and every game because I got somebody that can give me extra possessions that I wouldn't otherwise have if everything was equal. So we'll
100.
be all
all
right.
right. I respect it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right.
I'm gonna
Good
leave it at
point.
that. I respect it.
Hold on.
I'm
He's
gonna leave it at
finished.
that.
All right, bro, Claude, go ahead and get in here. What you got, bro, Claude? You there?
All right. Two things. First, I'll take that. What you said, Duval. I'll take that. And then what you said, Wody Mac, I'll take that. So that's the first thing. I'll take that run in the playoffs that Connecticut had because they won 11 straight games. Am I correct, K-Sap?
Yeah. Go ahead. Finish
11
up
straight.
yours. You got it.
Okay. So I'll take Desjardins Carrington. Why? Because she's going to give me full force and full-fledged defense. Lock down, hard nose, knock the ball out, get in every transition and passing decision. She going to get in between those things. And also, she can block shots.
Mm-hmm.
She's shown it all year. So, Vandersloot, you already know I like Vandersloot. She won a chip. She played with Candace Parker. She was able to feed Candace. She got them no-look passes too that Olivia does. She's very, very swift. She's still fast, as we saw this year. She's still fast. Don't look like she declining in no 8 months, not being as fast as she already is, for as offense is concerned. So there go our fit for fast. What I don't like is Tyler Marsh reneging on this 6 foot thing. That's what I don't like. Now you got me confused. You have me confused. And
They only here to cause confusion.
That's right. So when you doing that, what me and you talked about, and while me and you, K-Sap, we couldn't choose the 5'7s and the 5'8s, is because
You mean Jeff P. It wasn't Tyler Marsh. I just wanted to clear that up.
Jeff P. You know what I meant. Jeff P. But he A-manned it. He
ain't got no choice. Jeff P's his boss.
All right, then. So both of them. So the thing is,
Okay.
what's up, Brooke? I love you. Yeah. So the thing is that I'll take Vandersloot in a hot minute because she won the chip.
Absolutely.
She was in front and center. She was front and center. She wasn't on the bench watching nobody do nothing and talking about I'm gonna come back next year. So yeah, if we doing Renner Center, with Vandersloot, I'll take the Renner Center, and that's where I land my plane.
It ain't even a Renner Center too, bro, Claude. Like it's a great because look at just even the highlights he got down there. Like you can't tell me like she's not gonna do her job.
I talked about that. Ain't nobody against Courtney Vandersloot. Ain't nobody against that. We agree with you on this one, Wody Mac, about Courtney Vandersloot. It's a lot of people in the chat, they disagree with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think the panel, but we got to let Brooklyn speak because we don't know his perspective on it. So we'll turn it over to Brooklyn, let him speak, let him finish, let him land his plane, and then we can answer questions. Go ahead, Brooke.
All right, so I'm gonna be positive and negative because I'm gonna start off with the positive. The good thing about Again, Vandersloot is so one of the weaknesses we had last year. So last year, our team, the two teams we was closest in play style towards was Connecticut and the Wings, right? We was close in Connecticut with the defense. We had similar defense, and then also Connecticut was also a bad 3-point shooting team, and we were similar with the Wings with the rebounding, right? The difference in Connecticut and us though was Connecticut was at the top of the standings and we was at the bottom. And the main difference why Connecticut was at the top of the standings and we was at the bottom is because Connecticut had a bona fide player that would get 7 to 8 assists every night. We did. So the positive thing about getting the Vandersloot, a Courtney Vandersloot in Chicago is you're gonna get a player that's gonna be looking to pass the ball, and we know, she's historically one of the greatest passers ever in the WNBA. So, like Pesach said, she could still do that. So that's the positive thing. That you really fixing the weakness that was a really bad weakness for us with playmaking, right? And then when you bring in Dejanay, you fixing a weakness that we had with perimeter defense. So that helps that out. So, I think K-Sab's vision is a vision you could get behind. With that said, me personally, y'all know how I feel, man. I like the Dejanay pickup. I feel like the Dejanay pickup, she does struggle with shooting. That is a fact. But I'm banking on the coaching staff, right? The coaching staff came in. They said that they they want more shooting. They want to have a certain play style. So, I don't. All I could go off is last year. I don't know how many years DJ been with Connecticut, and I don't know what their play style was before last year. But I know last year they didn't put a lot of emphasis on shooting the ball. So a lot of that might not even be DJ fault, right? If you play in a system where they care more about defense and winning a hard nosed way opposed to knocking down threes, she don't really have to, she ain't really have to work on that. So maybe it's not really her fault. So her coming into Chicago and having the coaching staff we have now and the vision we have now, hopefully, I'm hoping that her 3-point percentage do get better, because if it does get better, what I really love about DJ is her defensive ability. She one of the best defenders in the league. So that coming to Chicago makes us a lot better, especially if she able to knock down timely shots, right? And then to me, again, like I said, Vandersloot is just too old. I don't feel like with the age of this team, with having 2 second-year players and then possibly bringing in a rookie this year, I don't know. I don't. If you look at it, just give you an example of what I'm saying. If you take a look at how the Warriors built their dynasty, if you take a look at the OKC Thunder now, you don't go that when you bring in a player that old is at the end, when you already got your team set and you're trying to go to that next level of winning the championship. That's when you bring in a veteran. So I don't know. Maybe this is just a 1-year thing, and they like, you know what, we just get into 2026, and then if that's what it is, that's cool. But I don't know. I don't love the Courtney Vandersloot move, but the DJ move, I'm on board with that as long as because I'm not on board with the 3-point shooting ain't important. Like that's just crazy talk. So I'm on board with the DJ pickup as long as she does work on her outside shooting.
All right, that's a good take. I got somebody new that just joined the panel. Latoya B. If is this your first time on the panel, Latoya?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's give a warm welcome to Latoya. She joined the panel. She hit the link. Let's give a warm welcome for Latoya, and go ahead, Latoya. The floor is yours.
I say keep your 3 and your 10 pick. Carrington, we could substitute her with Diamond this Shield because she's not gonna be there. That makes sense. But the old lady, no, because that will say for instance we get her. We still got Allen that she was 5'8". We still got Dana 5'6", Jefferson 5'6". Rachel is short. It's just too many short people, and that only leave us with Elizabeth Williams, Angel, and Camilla. That's taller. It don't make sense.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but like Bro Claude said before you went, it's like it's confusing right now because of the things that Jeff P said earlier. Him and Tyler Marsh, they collaborated together, talk about moving forward. They want to go big, but now it's kind of confusing because Courtney Vandersloot, she's a small guard, but they speaking to her, like Brooklyn said. He has his thing about, Courtney Vandersloot. A lot of people said Courtney Vandersloot would be a good fit. Wody Mack said it'd be a good fit. I just think from a price wise, it makes sense, right? But at the same time, I think they're thinking like, hey, Olivia Miles is not going to be there at 3. We go get a veteran point guard. Then that third pick, we're going to grab Sonia Citron. I think that's what they're basically trying to tell us. In picking with these picks, they want to go big. So if Olivia Miles is not there, you get Sonia Citron. And then that 10th pick, like I said, guys, this is just me. This is just my opinion. Then I would package up that third pick. I would move some players. I would go out there and get the scoring punch that everybody thinks we need. And I think that's Jewel Lloyd. Out of all the people that I've showed y'all that's unrestricted, restricted, cord, but we're not the only team that has to go out and get players. There's other teams that can bid for these players. It's not just the
How
Chicago
tall is
Sky.
Jewel Lloyd? How tall is she?
Man,
Like
go more like
5'10",
about
She about
5'10".
5'10". Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone
5'10", 31 years old.
we're getting. We mentioned it. Remember a couple of months ago, KSAP, when they talked about tall 6-foot guards, we said they don't
I
grow
think
on
they
trees.
talk about shooting guards.
Yeah, they don't 6-foot guards do not grow on trees in the women's game. There's but a handful, so we got to be realistic. Now, KSAP, first of all,
I agree with that, Mike.
yeah. So for Jewel Lloyd, just so everybody knows, anybody who doesn't know, Seattle has no choice but to trade her. They just cored Gabby Williams, so now they're in a salary cap crunch. They have to trade her. So for anybody who don't know that, so I think Chicago could get her cheap. But you know what? You know what we might be missing here, KSAP? You know what I'm thinking? We all agree that Courtney Vandersloot in her prime was an elite point guard. We know today she's still a good point guard, right? And a championship point guard and an extremely high IQ point guard. We all agree with that, right, guys? There's no argument
Yeah,
there, right?
she's still a good
I
point. She's
I
still
agree.
Okay.
a top point guard.
Exactly. So you know what I think we're missing? What they might be trying to do? Citron at 3, Pow at 10, Vandersloot, develop Pow for us.
Pow short too.
Pow's not a guard though. I mean, when I say guard, like she's not a point guard though.
Pow
She's not a
plays the
point guard.
point, but she's not like a traditional point guard, but she has the
Pow
skills.
is a 1 or 2.
Right. She
Yeah,
has the,
she's really a 2. She's really a 2. She's
I
a
understand,
really,
guys.
Man, I don't
good
think
2.
you guys really know who you want, really. Me
No,
personally.
let me explain what I'm saying. If they're not going to trade that 10th pick to Drew Lloyd,
I agree
which I think they should, Pow has the skill set to be a point guard. So if you bring a point guard like Vandersloot, who's an extremely high IQ, capable point guard, which she learns under her for the next 2 years, how's that a negative?
All I can say, and
I agree
KSEP,
with
in a way, you
Pow.
said, all right, Jewel Lloyd, you said Jewel Lloyd says she wants to be there. If I had that guarantee from Jewel Lloyd that she would be there, I would have no problem trading that 10th pick, because then at least you got her for the long term.
Bro,
But on the flip
I'm
side,
the one that
what?
broke that. I'm
Oh,
the one
but
that
on the
broke
flip,
that. This brother Claude. I'm the
all
one
right,
that
bro,
broke
Claude.
that.
Well,
They
if that's
said that.
if that's big facts,
she said that on CBS
okay.
right here in Chicago. She would love to retire home. She wanted to come home. Her mother already bought the house here. Her mother is back here right now.
Yeah,
So
I like
it
that.
is what
I
it
like that in
is.
that sense. For as far as out of those 3 names you named, for Jewel Lloyd, if you got the guarantee, and a Courtney Vandersloot, I love those 2 because now you got somebody, an offense initiator in Jewel Lloyd and Courtney Vandersloot. That I understand the love for the Carrington pick. Cool, you know what I mean? But then it becomes an issue of spacing. But on the flip side, if you do keep those picks, right now you got 2 players, so you're only paying like 70, 80K. And you potentially picking 2 more players that could be all-star caliber players at 3 and 10, because generally it's probably going to take you that 10th pick to get Jewel Lloyd. It's got to be a trade, right? Unless y'all want to.
I got a question.
Go
I
ahead.
Yeah,
say,
it'd
I
be better
say,
to get two potential all-star caliber type players who you're going to be paying a very low salary for the next 3 to 4 years, along with Angel and Carter. You're going to have 4 players who probably are starter level players potentially if you keep your draft picks
All
and
right.
younger players on top
Yo,
of that.
K-Side, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to respect your because you had came out on one of your last shows and said that you want the sound quality to be good on the playback. So I'm trying to respect that. But a lot of people jumping in. So I think what you're gonna have to do is call on us so that we don't overtalk each other because a lot of people just overtalking each other right now.
Got you. That's what I've been trying to filter.
Because
That's why I said one on
that's why
one.
I'm quiet because I don't want
All
to
right.
overtalk nobody. But I said let me say that to you.
All right. Go ahead, Israeli. Go ahead. Let Israeli get in here. He said he's new. So go ahead, Israeli. Let's talk.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask the question like, could they? Is it like no possible way they could just trade like a future draft pick to get Joel Lloyd and just keep the 10th pick for this year? Like, why they got to trade the pick
That's
for this year?
possible.
They don't have to trade. I mean, they don't have to trade. I mean, like you said, they can give
Yeah,
up a
because everybody
future
keeps
draft
saying
pick.
that they got to trade this year's pick, but if the dude just said that they got to trade her, so if they have to trade her, why you got to give them
Not
this year's
trade
pick?
for her. Trade for her.
Or they have to trade for her.
Yeah, because she's on the Seattle. She just requested a trade because she's disgruntled.
oh,
She
I
wants
think they
out of
trying to,
Seattle.
they
Yeah.
Yeah,
gonna
but you
sustain
can.
her.
You don't
But if
have
you're
to.
trying to
Are you
win
talking
now, if
about
you're
what?
trying to win
You
now,
See
talking
what I
like
about
mean,
Yeah,
K-Side?
hold on, bro. Hold on, I got it. Hold up. See, and then once everybody start talking, and then everybody else butts in. So that's if they butt in, let me fix that, and no more people butts in. Let people just finish. Go ahead, Israeli. Go ahead and finish what you got to say.
yeah, so pretty much like I'm saying, like if they trying to win now, I would just try to trade a future draft pick because the team that you trading with, they gonna basically they betting that the pick is gonna be good enough. You're gonna be bad and the pick is gonna be good. But if you're trying to win now, you saying like, all right, I might not need that pick in the future, so I might trade that pick and just keep this year's. And I would go for a Sonya Citron and Tahina Pow Pow or maybe AZ Fudd if she drops, but and try to get Jewel Lloyd. That would be like my opinion, best case scenario.
I mean, we
If I
respect
And
may,
your
in
opinion.
the
We
in the
we respect
Vandersloot,
your opinion.
and as far as the free agents, DJ Carrington, I like her because she plays defense and she would fit well with Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso, who both play defense. So that'd be like make them one of the top defensive teams. When even though last year I feel like when Angel Reese was on the court and Camila at the same time, which it wasn't a lot, they was one of the best defensive teams in the post. But and rebounding. So I think that'd be good. So yeah, but the Vandersloot, I think she's just too old. They need to go young.
All right.
if I
We
may,
respect that.
can I
Hold
may
on,
interject?
Wally. Hold up. Go ahead, Keisha. You muted.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say they can most definitely, like what you're saying is that they can most definitely package up a different pick besides this year. Just depend on the negotiations. It depends on what they can get Seattle to do. In my opinion, I think they can get Seattle to do the next year's draft pick. I think they've got either with Phoenix. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think they
I
can
know what
because
it
they
is. You want me
because
to
I
tell you?
think yeah. What is it?
So they got 2 draft picks next year. So our draft pick is connected. Our personal draft pick is connected to Minnesota. So depending on who have the worst record between us and Minnesota is going to get that pick swap. And then the pick you referring to is we have another pick swap. So Minnesota owns that pick swap, right? And that's our pick. The pick you referring to is we have another pick swap between um, Connecticut and Phoenix. So between Connecticut and Phoenix, whoever have the worst um, the worst draft pick or the best draft pick, we'll get the pick out of that. We own that swap.
All right.
Yeah, I think we could use that because in my opinion, Seattle is back on their heels because they have to trade you, Lord. You know what I mean? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I think if they go hard at it, I think they can get it done. And we can get because do we all this is my question before I finish. Is the draft next year better than this one?
Yeah,
I will. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I
say
think every
necessarily
draft is going to keep
so,
getting better. Honestly, like the
The
talent just
next
keep
two
getting better.
years, these is some dogs coming out. The next 2 years.
but you definitely got I think what's this girl? She played for no Madison. I was about to say Madison Booker, but I don't think Madison Booker is available until the
No, she a
yeah
sophomore.
sophomore. There's some good juniors that's playing right now too,
Because I
but
Yeah,
know
the
the draft in
whole
2020. I know the draft in 2027 is good, but I don't know about 2026.
Let me.
the
Can
whole
I give
all I
y'all
can
some
say and all I can
Hold
UCLA.
on,
say
hold on, guys.
is
Oh, see, here we go. Here we go. Hold on.
word? And it's the same people. You gotta let other people
Nah,
go, bro.
hold
Like
up,
the
Brooke. Hold
fuck.
up, Brooke. Hold up, Brooke.
Yeah, I
Nah,
don't.
because soon as
I'm
y'all trying to answer questions in the middle of what they saying.
yeah.
Come on, guys. Come on,
I'm
guys. We
with you,
got to do
Randall
better.
Ray. I don't think 2026 is as deep, but I could on the guard prospect. I could be wrong. That's it. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
on
think it's
guard.
that deep.
I was just trying to help because the things that they don't know, I know. So I was just trying to alley oop it, but it's whatever.
I don't
All
think
right, now
nobody saying
look.
nothing
Can
about you,
can I
jumping
go
in.
now?
You good, my G?
Nah, this is what I'm saying. Like, if somebody's okay, guys, if somebody is saying something and they asking for, the correct information, it's okay for somebody to come in that has the information. But once you give the information, land that so they can get back to what they're talking about. I have no problem with that. It's when people are talking and everybody's talking at once. You clouding up everybody's vision, and we can't hear what that person is saying. So I will say this. I'm not worried about the 2026 draft. I'm not worried about the 2027. I'm worried about what's going on right now, guys. Right? Because everybody in the chat saying, hey, we don't need to trade nobody. Everybody wants to stick to the picks. I'm not trying to sit around for another Chicago Sky season and sit here and watch the same thing that I saw last year. Right? I'm trying to think of ways we can get better. If y'all feel that we can get better by just keeping the 3 pick, keeping the number 3 pick, and keeping the number 10 pick, bringing in 2 more rookies to the WNBA, throwing them in the lineup because now they are pieces that have to be in the lineup because of the pieces that we have on the current roster right now, right? So now you got 2 new rookies coming in and then 2 rookies that just will be second-year players. You got to have some kind of veteran leadership. As much as y'all hate Dana Evans, if that's the situation, I'm keeping Dana Evans just for being a veteran. You see what I'm saying? So something got to give. It's got to be some mixing and matching. Something got to move. And that's the reason why they out here talking to these players. Regardless of we y'all say keep the 3 pick, keep the 10 pick, don't trade nobody. Just keep what we
Yeah,
got. What are we doing
yeah.
here?
How
If
about
I may interject that,
Can I?
Go ahead, Mo3.
Can I go after Mo 3?
Yeah, go
All
ahead,
right,
Mo3.
cool.
I was trying to wait till everybody finished because I'm looking. I like the Dejanay Carrington and the Sloot thing, but I'm looking at it from a different angle. Similar to KSAP way of looking at it, but from the other point of view, I'm thinking thinking they're definitely gonna get Olivia Miles, and that's why they want um Vandersloot. And the reason I'm thinking that is because the fact that they want Dejanay Carrington, because she's on a restricted free agent, and they're going and they're and so they're gonna have to go hard. So they're willing to go hard and potentially max her out. So if they're willing to do that, that means that they're not trying to looking at they're not looking at getting a player like Citron because they're already done committed to turning Michaela into what's the name from Vegas? Um
Jackie Young.
yeah, Jackie Young. So if they got Dejanay and Jackie Young, what is Citron going to be doing there? What playing time is she going to be getting? So I feel like they feel like they're definitely going to get Olivia, and that's why they're bringing in Sloot as a veteran. That's the all-time leading assist. She knows how to, and she could show give Olivia on some pointers because I don't know if everybody on the panel knows, but I don't know if everybody else that's listening knows about how Zoe was breaking down Olivia's assists and how she struggles to give the ball to the bigs. Like when they run plays to get the ball to the big, she's not the one that's running it. She goes off and stands in the corner. And Sloop is good at that, and she could give her pointers. So I think they're trying to bring her in to mentor um Olivia, because I feel like they definitely gonna get her, or they got a high chance of getting her. And I think that's the thing. That's how they're thinking. I don't think they're going this Citron route anymore.
Hold on, Mo3. Let me ask you a question. So now you backpedaling and you think that Olivia Miles is gonna be there at number 3.
I didn't backpedal. I've always said that.
Now you
That's what
said
I keep saying.
hey, I got tape on you saying that she's possibly moved up to number 2. I got that. I got that
No,
tape.
no, 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 no.
I'll go back and clip it.
I said Flaude was coming out at 2, and she's going to LA, and Olivia is going to 3.
Okay,
I've
I'll
always
clip it.
said Olivia is going to 3.
I'll
Now
clip it.
I've given scenarios. I'd be like, hey, she
Okay.
could
Well,
go, she could go
in that
there.
scenario, you did say possibly moving up to number 2. I just want to let you know that. That's all I'm saying. So now
If you,
I mean,
I,
no, hold up, nah. It's all
you
good. I'm
gotta
gonna ask
play,
you a
you gotta
question.
play that tape, because you gotta play that
Let me
tape,
ask you a
bro.
question though,
You have to
Mo3.
play that tape, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna clip it. I'll come back to it. I'll on the next show you'll hear it. But this is what I want to ask you. So you think it's a high possibility right now that that's the way they're thinking, that they're gonna get Olivia Miles, bringing in Courtney Vandersloot to take her under her wing to show her the pointers. That's your thinking.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Can I make a
Okay, now
comment?
yeah, go ahead, Latoya.
Well, they did core what they core Dangerfield off the Sparks.
Deja Fair.
Yeah.
So I mean, see, we throwing all these other names in there. Like this is getting complicated, guys. I understand.
Well, they made a restriction free agent after Sparks, so they already got their PG.
But I
So it
mean, you
could
know,
be.
Olivia Miles is generational talent, man. And like they said, if she's there at number 2, why not get her? But all right, Brooklyn, what you got?
So I just wanted to say, I think, well, it's 3 things now. I wanted to say one, I think Tyler Marsh, I mean not Tyler Marsh, Jeff P is doing what he said, because y'all gotta remember when they made that statement, they wasn't talking about free agency, they was talking about the draft, right? And they was saying they're looking to get this 6-foot guard. And again, I don't want to say I broke it down, but I gave my perspective of what they were saying. I don't think that they meant when they said that we need we need 6-foot guards, that they meant point guard. I think they meant they need to get taller, right? Taller players. And that brings me to what I originally wanted to say was I think y'all kind of overlook what Latoya, if I said her name correctly, what she said. She's absolutely right. Y'all named about 4 or 5 players under 6 feet. And one of our weaknesses was last year we didn't have no players over 6 feet outside of McCullough. I'm talking about perimeter players. Obviously, we have bigs, but outside of Michaela Onyewere, she was our only 6-foot perimeter player. Everybody else was 5'10", 5'9", 5'6", 5'8". So y'all just named a bunch of other 5'10", 5'11". You know what I mean? So we got to be careful when we start talking about these players we're gonna bring. We gotta make sure they fit what we looking for, right? We don't want another small team out here guarding these 6'2" small forwards, these 6'1", 6'2" wings. So we got to make sure that we build a team that's built to to compete. And then the last thing I wanted to say, going back to what Lakeisha was asking, and what a bunch of y'all was asking about the drive, we got to keep in mind that this particular drive is so deep because we got a lot of 5th-year players in this drive too. We got a lot of players that in normal drives would have came out last year, right? So we got the seniors from this year plus the super seniors from last year in this drive. And you're absolutely right. The next 2 drives at least is going to be deep as well. It's going to be good players, but this draft is particularly deep because you got extra players in this draft that normally would have came out. So I just wanted to give that perspective for people to think about.
All right, Brooklyn, I gotta ask you a question. I want you to clarify something real quick. When you said about the players that we're talking about, the short players talking about bringing in, what players are we in reference to?
Well, Dejanay is only 5'11. Drew Lloyd is 5'10. Courtney Vandersloot's 5'7. And I forgot who else I said, but nobody was over 6 feet. Sonya
But
Citron is 6'1.
but look, the crazy thing about it is, Brooklyn, this ain't what we saying. This is the negotiations that Jeff P is having with these potential players. And that's the only reason why we brought it up, because Jeff P's down in Miami talking to the players that are that size. And Bro Claude made it perfectly clear when he first came on here that Jeff P, well, he said Tyler Marsh, and then you corrected him and said Jeff P. He's the one that's causing confusion now,
I
because
agree.
when he said in his, that press conference, he said
Yeah.
he wants big players, big wing players, but now he's doing the opposite, going in talking to all the players, just like you just alluded to, that are little in stature. So like we said before, we really don't even know what Jeff P really gonna do, man. It's gonna be
Well,
a
this is
surprise.
this is typical Jeff P though, right? Like, he say one thing and then do the opposite. So he been doing this for months. But again, like I said, when he did say that, again, I'm not giving him no credit. I'm just saying when he did say that, he was talking about the draft. He wasn't mentioning, he wasn't speaking about free agency at that point. Because remember, we kept saying that what 6 foot players is in the draft. That's what he was speaking about. So I don't know. Maybe he is gonna go get his Sonya Citron out to draft. But I agree with y'all. I'm
Should be
listen. I'm
available.
gonna support the Sky as long as they put a product out there I could support. But I'm just, it's they doing some things I agree with, and they doing other things I don't agree with. So I'm waiting and seeing. I don't agree with the Courtney Vandersloot move, but I'm gonna support it because I'm a Sky fan for the time being.
And you know what's crazy, Brooklyn? You know what's crazy? All this time that we've been doing these lives and we talked about free agency, we never brought up Courtney Vandersloot, right? We
Right.
never even mentioned her name until the news broke today that he's out there interviewing Courtney Vandersloot. And that's why we
Well,
brought it to the forefront.
I heard other people, like I heard Showtime saying, I heard other people say it, but I never really paid it no mind because again, like I don't know if it was Latanya, somebody else on this panel said, it might have been Lakeisha, I think it was Lakeisha. Unless they go and trade these guards, how many point guards we bringing into Chicago? We want to draft a point guard. We about to sign another one. Plus, we got 2 signed to the contract. There's only 12 spots.
That's
so
what I'm
what we
saying.
doing? I'm
That's what I'm saying.
confused.
And I agree with what Elle said. Jeff Pease appears to be flip-flopping on what he said and what he wanted, because
Right.
it ain't been no time on this panel that we even covered Courtney Vandersloot. The only
Hey.
time we covered Courtney Vandersloot is when Keisha and them calling the game for Unrivaled, talking about Courtney Vandersloot.
Hey, look,
As far as Courtney Vandersloot being mentioned on a potential target for the Chicago Skies, we ain't mentioned it.
Look, K-Set, let me land my plane with this right here. Right? Teaspoon got fired a year into her job. If Jeff P don't do something, like if this team ain't what we think it's supposed to be this year, he on a hot seat, man. Because you can't fire Teaspoon in 1 year off of the amazing job she did with the roster she had. And you start doing like wacky, like everybody confused. You let Kennedy go. I mean, we understand why you did that, but it still don't make no sense with talent wise, right? Now you sitting here bringing in players that don't kind of quite fit even what you're looking for, because they said that, respectfully, I love DJ defense, but they said they want to shoot. So I'm confused, man. It better be a product, because I'm a fan for the time being.
I got a comment. I just thought about something.
Go
I
ahead.
think Jeff did his homework. I think the reason why he didn't offer Kennedy something because he knew nobody's going to take her. Probably, really, for real. But I think he gonna package up Michaela and Dana. It only makes sense for they already gonna get Jewel Lord. I think they really gonna get Jewel Lord, but I think Slew is gonna take Dana place, and Carrington gonna take Michaela place, and they already gonna get Lloyd. That's the only thing I could think of. Well, and they probably gonna package Jefferson too.
I mean,
The
yeah.
only let me just say this to
Because
respond to
the height makes
the
sense.
only reason why I
The height.
disagree with, I think I hear what you're saying, but Michaela, again, talking about the height of this team, Michaela is our only 6-foot player. I don't think she's going.
She's not
If
6
they do
feet.
package something up. Yeah, she is. She's 6
She's
feet.
not
Michaela
11.
on your way there.
No, she
Huh?
5'11".
McKay
She
on
got
weight at 6 feet. Oh,
Mm-mm.
all right.
No.
Let me look it up.
Yeah,
Y'all
look
go.
it up. Go look it
Yeah, I
up.
think, yeah.
5'11" and 6 foot is basically the
She
same thing.
plays taller than she is
But they
anyway.
got her listed at 6 feet regardless.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, even if she was 5'11", it's the same thing.
No, no,
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
pretty
What's the
with
much.
you.
difference between
Yeah,
5'11" and 6 foot?
she's 6 foot, but like you say,
Like I said.
Duval or Mo3, 5'11" and 6 foot. I mean, I got that right there here in my house. You can't really tell the difference. Not at all.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
like I said, you know, Jeff P is flip flopping. He got us all confused, but it's a reason why he's out there talking to these respective people. But like I said, Sue Berg said it best. These people in Unrivaled, these women are recruiting these other players, right? Now, it's crazy that Dejanay Carrington has become a thing in the Chicago Skies broadcast. You see what I'm saying? In their future. How did that come about? You see what I'm saying? It's they unrivaled, they behind closed doors, they talking, right? But then I look at it like this. If we building through the draft, we just got to build through the draft. But I'm like Brooklyn. I'm not going to sit here and watch the same product I saw last year. And we had a respectful coach that did a great job with the roster that she had. And then if we got to go through this again this year, then it makes no sense. And everybody talk about just rebuild. I mean, you got to understand something. You can rebuild all you want, but when you piss off your franchise player, and when her time is up after these 3 years, y'all think about Angel Reese moving around because Chicago didn't do what was right by her to get the players in to build around her and Camila Cardosa. She could chunk up the deuce. And she's going to be, at that time, she's going to be a highly coveted free agent. And that's when the max dollars are going to be thrown at her. Go ahead, bro, Claude.
Okay, I heard everything, man. I heard everything, bro. Listen, what we have right now, I said it in the beginning. I'm saying it now. I'm confused. I am confused. But what I do know is that Jewel Lloyd says she want to be here and come and retire. That's what I do know. And what I do know, Courtney Vandersloot helped us get a chip here just a few years ago. That's what I do know. Now, the speculation of where Olivia is landing, I don't really care where she land because it's either her or Sonia Citron. I'm safe with that. I'm all good with that. So for the 10th pick, I heard Pow Pow name. She's not going to be there. You guys not watching the new and updated
Yeah, she
mock
ain't gonna
drafts.
be there.
What
She's
about
not.
AZ Fudd? She'd
She
be a good pickup at
AZ
10.
the way AZ is playing right now. I just text KSAP. What did I just text you?
Man, look, just go and finish,
Okay.
bro, Claude. Man. Go and finish.
Do you see this? I can't make this up, KSAP. I just look. I put in the. I told KSAP about how Ozzy is doing. I think Keisha them seen it too, on how Ozzy was doing so far since he's been back for the last 4 games, and then she just played real good tonight. I watched UConn tonight. So is AZ Fudd on the table? Would I take her at 10? Hell yeah. Over everybody else? Yeah. Because I know who AZ Fudd is. She's a unicorn. Now, nip this in the bud. She's over 6 feet. She's a big body. That's what Jeff P said for us to look for. Now it's confusing to me. So I just want to leave. That's why y'all ain't see me tap in, because right now I'm confused right now. So I'm trying to really make it through the panel, because this right here is like, it's all right to be a GM, and I'm finna land. It's okay to be a good GM and a strategic GM and a GM that don't show your hand. I mean, Pat Riley used to do that and still do sometimes. You know what I mean? Look at Jimmy, he all over the place right now. So Pat Riley was good for that. But what we don't want to do is, we don't want to ignore what we need. What we need is a point guard and wings. We don't need nothing else. Whatever we can get for as another 4 and another 3, double up on the 3 and double up on the 4. But we don't need, we got 2 5s. If we could get another 4, cool. In free agency, if we get another 3, cool. In free agency, Dejanay Carrington, I'm good with that. Defense matters more than anything. Defense and rebounds wins championships. So I land.
And I will say this. The only concern I got with Ozzy Fudd, I know Broke Law, you sent me the message. I checked it out. She's doing real good. The only problem I have with that is the physicality of the WNBA. Can she stay healthy? And it's almost like every step that she take, you got to look and be like, is she hurt again? Like, that's my only concern with that. She is a big body. She got some girth on her. You know what I'm saying? But the WNBA is a little different, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's not college no more. You come in and you're going to get beat up a little bit. We see what Alyssa Thomas is doing to everybody she's playing in Unrivaled. She's a stone cold menace out there. She's a bully on the block. And if you run into her, she laying the wood on people. And they on the floor every time they bump off Alyssa Thomas. And that's my only concern, because when you play a team like Connecticut, if she's still going to be on Connecticut, you come in the paint, you can get some wood. All you got to do is ask Isaiah Thomas when he kept getting in the paint against the Utah Jazz and Karl Malone gave him that elbow and gave him them 40 stitches. That's what I'm saying. When you come in the paint against some of these big people, you know, that's the only problem I have with Ozzy Fudd. But I understand that, man. It's situations, man. Like some of these girls that we talk about in college that are fucking generational talents. But I'm looking at that injury history, man. That concerns me. But I'll land right there. You got to be healthy. Duvall, let me get you back in here because Angel Reese is on Twitter X retweeting that the Sky got something cooking. Go ahead,
Oh,
Duvall.
snap.
Go ahead, Duvall.
Hey, give me a few minutes. Skip past me. Give me a few minutes.
Let
I
me
got to
let
take
me
care of some
say a
stuff.
comment.
All right, go ahead, Latoya.
And Carrington, it makes sense because her girlfriend that's 3 hours away from Chicago, Indiana.
She talking about her girlfriend. All right, go ahead. That's the
It just
comment
makes
you
sense. I'm
wanted to
from
make,
Chicago.
Latoya.
I'm from Chicago, so like it
Okay.
just makes sense.
You
Okay.
know, but hey, Latoya, you know, Lalissa Smith ain't gonna be in Indiana for long. You know that.
Because wherever DeWanna Bonner go, that's where she's gonna try to go. So that Connecticut Sun situation is a little different. If they can break that up, that's why I think, you know, Jeff knows something more that we don't know about the Connecticut Sun. And that's probably the reason why he reached out to Dejanay Carrington, because that came out of
He
nowhere.
already
I was
did his
surprised by
homework.
that. Yeah, I was
He did his
surprised by that.
homework.
Yeah, and I was saying, you know, I said earlier, man, you know, I was just trying to figure out why he would entertain Courtney Vandersloot. You know what I'm saying? Understand that she won a championship with Chicago. She led that team. She was, like Bro Claw said, actually, she was a participant. Dana Evans wasn't a participant. You see what I'm saying? So I understand where he, you know, from that aspect, but you know, everybody keep throwing these ages out there. Even though she's 35, man, like right now, I really don't know what Chicago want. You know what I'm saying? Jeff P is doing something behind closed doors. Evidently, I think Angel Reese is liking what is going on because she wouldn't be retweeting stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that is imperative to what Chicago's doing. You know, she's retweeting Chicago got something cooking. So I don't know. Go ahead, Keisha.
I think Jeff P absolutely knows something is going on. I think they about to blow that whole Connecticut Sun deal up. I
Mm-hmm.
think the new coach, it might not be his style of play. It might not be how he want to play. You know, they new coach they just hired. You know, so and then also your vet like Alyssa Thomas and these names not really a vet, but like Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, they might not want to play the way old boy is trying to
Yeah.
change his style to play. You know what I'm saying? It might not be what they want to do. So they might have didn't make it public. Alyssa Thomas might didn't just come out straight up and say trade me, but she might have talked to them in private and say, look, this not
Yeah.
this not what it is right here. I didn't come for a real rebuild mode. I don't want to be a part of, just going back to the fifth or sixth seed. I need to get up out of it. You know what I mean? And so Dejanay talking to Alyssa Thomas like, you going back? No, then I need to take some meetings and see what we're doing because I don't want to be on a team that's just tanking. So it could be a lot of stuff going on. Jeff P is he's probably in the background listening to all this stuff going on. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
them GMs talk. So that's my take.
Let me say something real quick too. I forgot to say this earlier. Going back to the picks, our two most valuable picks are the third pick and that pick that's connected to Phoenix and Connecticut because Connecticut may be bad next year. And also Phoenix, we don't know how good they're gonna be, right? DT might retire and BG might leave the team, right? I don't know if she's taking meetings, right? So we don't know how that might be a valuable pick. And our third pick, obviously a valuable pick. So our two least most valuable picks are the 10th pick and our pick that we have the pick swap with Minnesota because more than likely Minnesota's going to be good next year. So more than likely Minnesota probably going to have a better record than us next year, and more than likely they're going to take our pick, right? So we do trade a pick. It's probably going to be our pick that Minnesota owns, or that 10th pick. Those are two least valuable picks.
So you talk about the 10th pick this year, bro?
Yeah, the 10th pick this year and our pick next year that's connected to Minnesota. Those are two least valuable because if you take a look at the third pick, obviously this year, that's a valuable pick. We're going to get a top 3 pick. And then if you take a look at we don't know what's going to happen until, we see what happens with Connecticut. Maybe Connecticut get blown up, right? And maybe they fall to the bottom of the standings. And then again, with Phoenix, we don't know how good they're going to be next year. They might be worse than they was this year, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. Those are two most valuable picks. Is our third pick this year, and that pick that's next year that's connected to Connecticut and Phoenix. Those are two most valuable picks because that pick next year is probably going to be higher than the 10th pick.
Got you. Brooke, I will be honest, right? I've been saying this. That third pick, we highly covet that third pick. And like I said, if you get who you want with that number third pick, me personally, I don't care what they do with that 10th pick.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I know a lot of people wanted, saying all these names on who we should get at 10 and stuff like that. But this is just me personally, in my opinion. If you get what you want on that third pick, and if you're doing the negotiations like Jeff P. and Tyler are doing now, talking to some of these players, like Keisha said, they know something from some of these organizations, or they wouldn't be talking to these certain said players, right? They must know something that's going on in Connecticut to reach out to Dejanay Carrington. Because like I said, that came out of nowhere for me. I didn't know that was going on, right? And when I saw that report, I'm like, wow, what's going on? Now I look at another situation when y'all talk about all these other free agents, right? So you guys got to keep in mind, man, like, it's simple that we can come up here and give our opinions on stuff like this. But when you get in the war room like that, it's a lot of things that, come to mind. It's a lot of things that you have to know. I know we talking about players that we want, but some of the players that we talking about who we want on that I see in the chat, it's not even possible. It's not even possible. So we got to keep in mind that you got to get what's best and what's available for you for that particular team. And I understand everybody talking about these ages on these players. Like when we brought up Jewel Loyd's name, oh, she's 31. She's on the back half of her career. I beg to differ on that. I just think that situation in Seattle, she just wanted to get up out of there. Jewel Loyd got a lot left in the tank. Yeah.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, she got a lot left in the tank,
yeah,
man.
the way she was shooting.
Yeah, and if she don't go to Chicago and she go in any other team that gets her and y'all watch her play, y'all gonna be like, damn, we missed out on that. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about Jewel Loyd, she gonna stay in the top 10 in scoring. Last year, she averaged 19.7 points a game, and y'all said it was a bad year. Y'all said it was a bad year.
She was top 6 in scoring in a
Exactly. She
bad
puts the
year.
ball in the bucket. And there you go, Wody Mac. She puts the ball in the bucket. You said you want scoring, so I'm gonna give the floor to you, Wody Mac. What you got?
I can respect it, and I could see it working. It's just the efficiency. If you having a problem with efficiency, is that's where I'm like, man, you taking too many shots. You could be hurting the team. But still, regardless what the potential is, what she could be, I think is great. But somebody said something in the chat, and I know it kind of goes counter to what Jewel Lloyd is saying right now, but she is a free agent next year. Somebody said in the chat, and I'm trying to find that information on that. But I'm sure she is. Everybody's a free agent 2026, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, you looking like how like the 76ers used to say, trust the process. NBA used to say, trust the process, right? You don't really have to mortgage your future to try to make something happen now. And all that being said is because are you trying to win a championship this year, or you just want to be better?
That's not mortgage in the future, though. If you're talking like giving up the 10th pick, that's not more, because there's players on Chicago right now that everybody want to see moved. It's players on there that don't benefit being on the Chicago Sky. And we'll talk about the people like Dana Evans. We talk about Mariah Jefferson. Mariah Jefferson, when she got traded over to Chicago, what did she do? What did she do?
Not a damn thing.
Exactly. So that's two players that people want to see off of this roster, right? You can move them and package them up with that 10th pick.
I think, and then somebody just said it right there. Who said it? Christopher Nolan. And again, that's not even knowing what Seattle may ask for. They might even be like, "Nah, you asking for too much," but they could try to. They could try to fleece somebody. So they'd be like, "Yeah, all right, we'll take your 10th and your next year's first." Well, I mean, dang, man, you asking for a lot. You know what I mean?
Chicago really got the leverage, because if she a free agent, she's gonna leave next year anyway. If she already said she want to retire, if the guy just said, Gingerbread Man said she want to retire at Chicago Sky, so Chicago got the leverage. So why would you have to trade the 10th pick for it? I don't understand that.
But hold up, let me say this: is real. Look, what's 1 year? What's 1 year? What is the difference 1 year going to make with Jewel Lloyd? Because everybody thinks if Jewel Lloyd signs with Chicago, it's just going to be one for 1 year. I beg to differ. I think she's there for the long haul. The money is going to be up next year. You know, she can get more money next year. But if you can get Jewel Lloyd right now, then you get her. Because
and I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move in the sense that if you're keeping her for more than a year or keeping her for a couple of years, I like that. I like it in that aspect. It's just like, well, it's like, well, she's gonna leave next year anyway. I don't really got to give you nothing, and that's why I said why bother if it's not, the goal is not trying to win a championship. You could just wait it out. You could play your hand.
But look, Bodie, anything's possible though.
Anyway.
Anything's possible. If you get Jewel Lloyd this year, anything's possible. If you make up the roster the way, we want it constructed, anything's possible, right? But what I'm saying is you still got to fill a scoring void. You still got to fill a void, because said player is not going to be there next year. And we still got to fill the void of scoring.
K-Sap, I don't know why y'all be going through all this with these people.
What are we doing?
Jewel Lloyd is a bucket, and all we need right now is a goddamn bucket.
That's it.
That's it.
Bottom line.
That's a free. Hey, Keisha, it's a free bucket next year, though. That's all I'm saying. It's a bucket that ain't gonna cost you.
They might not want to touch on Jewel Lloyd because of investigation, all that stuff.
That stuff is over.
That's over. That came to an end. That investigation came to an end.
Yeah, they don't got nothing to do with Chicago.
No, they don't got nothing to do with Chicago. She done been on TV since then, and her mama done been up. Her mama been twerking down. If you from Chicago, right? You from the crib, right?
Yeah, of course her mom been there.
Okay, so this Gingerbread Man.
I like Jewel Lloyd. I think she got a lot. I think she got over about 5 more years.
She from the crib. She from the crib. So come on now. You know what that means when I say from the crib. She from the crib for real. So her mama here. Her mama already here. You know what that mean, right? You know what them Chicago mamas do, right? She said she was tired of moving around. She didn't
Y'all, she
like
finna be a
Seattle.
dog in Chicago. She finna show out.
I
I
did.
already know.
So that's all I wanted. I wanted you to know. This my Chicago girl. She know what that mean when mama
But
come home, right?
they finna package some stuff. They finna
Oh yeah.
package all those girls. Watch.
Jeff finna do something that's really gonna piss y'all off. Watch. Then y'all gonna say,
I
why
don't
did
think
Jeff do
so.
that?
I don't think so because Angel already said she already let them know we got daycare, we getting daycare, we getting all that. I
That's what
don't
I'm
think so.
saying.
I think
So, like, I just think in this situation, man, I mean, it's good that we can talk about it. It's good that we have our opinions and we can go back and forth on the needs and wants, man. But sometimes we just gotta slow down and take it for what it is, man, because it's just too many. It's just too many names getting thrown out there on who everybody wants to be on the Chicago Sky. We got to take it for face value. These are players that we never even discussed here when we talked about Chicago Skies and the potential. We never talked about the potential of a Dejanay Carrington. We never talked about the potential of a Courtney Vandersloot. We never really talked about the potential of a Drew Lloyd until there was mega news out in Chicago that Mama Lloyd was at the Chicago Sky party twerking it up with honey
Man,
on her chest right there with Jeff
Thanks to
P.
broke cloud.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's when, and then the Seattle thing where she was being disgruntled. Now that she's come out on the news station in Chicago, talk about she wants to retire a Chicago Sky, that means a lot. And I'm gonna go back to when Candace Parker said she wanted to go home and play. What happened? They made that happen. They brought Candace Parker in there, brought her back home to Chicago, and they won a championship.
Brought the chip home.
That's all. That's all
Hey,
I'm saying.
K-Tap, I do have to get Key her her props. She been talking this Dejanay Carrington
I
thing
already shouted her out when the live
for about a
started.
week. Yeah.
I already shouted her
yeah,
out when the live started.
Carrington been on Angel radar. That's why she wanted her on her podcast. But
Yeah, she
her
about to do a
podcast would have
show.
gave it up.
All right, Duvall, man, come on, man, get in here. I gave you some time, man. What you got, man? Oh, Duvall ain't there. Go ahead, all right, there he is. Go ahead,
uh-oh.
Duvall.
The ball on the phone with the Chicago Sky.
Yeah,
You can hear me now? Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
got you. Yeah,
Only thing I can basically say is the people that's having the mentality that they need to a slow rebuild instead of win now is not seeing the bigger picture. And the reason why
But what are you
they're not
winning
seeing.
now, though? What are you winning now, though?
hold up.
It
Go ahead,
just hurt.
Duvall. Hey,
It just hit
hold
me
on.
in my
Hey,
it hit me in
hold
my
up, Wody.
chest though when he said that. But
Hold up,
what's
Wody.
winning now,
Hold up,
though?
Wody. Hold up, Wody. Let him go. Y'all causing
You said what
confusion. Go ahead, Duvall.
you said what was winning now. You gotta think about not only from a production standpoint, but from a financial standpoint. You gotta think about these the organization just charged these people double ticket prices. And they gonna probably have out of 44 televised TV games, they're gonna probably gonna have 38 of them. They
That's
don't
what I
want to
said.
have all this.
Malik Billings.
They ain't gonna have all this spotlight and stuff like that just for them to be having a mediocre roster. They're gonna try to play competitive. They're gonna try to have a competitive roster where they can win. Like I said, you gotta understand that Caleb Clark and Adrian gonna play 5 times. That's the most of anybody's gonna play out of all the teams in the WNBA. They gonna be in the spotlight more times than we can imagine. They not gonna want to just put no mediocre product out there. They want to put a product out there that people gonna be proud of and people gonna want to support. Especially if you gonna double my ticket prices. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, man, if you gonna double my ticket prices at Publix, you want me to get value brand Publix products, or you want me to get, the top of the line stuff. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you're gonna double the prices, give me the product that, that's worth my money. Don't give me the product that's mediocre. So that's what y'all gotta understand as well. So they make it move. Y'all either get with it or get rolled over. That's all it is to it.
Yeah,
In
true, true.
in some situations, though, brother Duval, it would take a lot of moves for certain teams to be competitive, right? As we already know, like if I even ask you who's right now, without any moves being made, any draft picks, who's your favorites for championship contention next year? And I'll guarantee you, the Liberty is going to be one of those teams, the Aces and the Lynx. And I don't know who else
Yeah.
you might say,
Let me
right?
bring
It's
it
like
home for you,
you
Wally.
talking about I just would say real quick, he's talking like some teams are just one piece away. No, sometimes you're gonna have to build and build good winning habits, right? He's I don't think the Sky are one piece away from the championship.
We never said
That is
that,
We're
Wody.
insane.
not trying
And
to
I know
get to
you
a championship.
I know you saying be competitive, and yes, I respect the be competitive point. Be a 20+ win team. Cool, that's cool. But if all you aiming for is a 20+ win team and you want to be competitive, then I'm not giving away much. I'm just going to slowly build, make good winning habits, make sure I get
Slowly
pieces around the
build. Do
team.
you think Angel Reese is going to go for a slowly rebuild?
You know,
She
you
only
let
she
me
got
say it
3.
got to be slowly. Let's say year three is year three is
When you piss off a franchise
reality.
player, they want to be moved around. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Hey,
they on the clock, man. Angel's time is ticking too. You know, she want to win, right? She don't want to go through no slowly rebuilt process. So if the moves are there, why not go out and make a move to be competitive? Anything can happen. A la the Dallas Mavericks. We never thought the Dallas Mavericks were going to win the 2011 championship, did we? Okay. So that's the prime example. Anything can happen in these playoffs if you get there. The way they got it formatted.
I'm just
Hey,
gonna say
hey,
this:
hey,
Chicago
Sal.
Scott. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
I
Keisha.
was just gonna say the way Indiana Fever did they slow rebuild from 2017 to 2018. Kelsey Mitchell was on the team for 6
And
years
still ain't got no
doing
championship.
a rebuild. The
Can,
Chicago Sky don't want to be a part of that.
can I say this? Hey, Wody Matt,
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. Okay. Let me pay you. Let me pay. You know what I mean? Let me get something valuable of you that you own, and let me play you real slow. Probably about 4-5 years. Can I pay you that money? 4-5 years down the line, and it's a big lump sum. Can I? Yeah, can I pay it to you later? You know, maybe
Oh,
about
like
50 grand. If I owe you 50 grand, I'm talking about reality. If I why don't you
oh
give
yeah,
me
that
50
sound like
grand
your
and I pay
mortgage. That sound
and
like
I
your mortgage.
and I pay you I pay you I beg to differ. My
That
mortgage
sound
is
like your mortgage.
my mortgage is 400,000. Make no mistake about it. But anyway, what I'm saying is this. Let me pay you slowly. You not going. I'm talking about reality. You ain't waiting to get no money, no slow, nothing. Because something could happen tomorrow. You need Angel is here to win. And when she came, she entered the door and say, I'm glad that it was like this. When I came in the door, oh, it's a it's a tile on the window, the window cracked, and we in the rec center. Okay, I'm glad this what it is. But it ain't gonna be there tomorrow. She say humble beginnings, but things got to change immediately. She made that statement already. So she's not going to wait for somebody to get their mind right. She ain't going through, and then if they do fire Jeff P, she ain't really trying to go through that because now you in a situation. She's here watching what happened with the Chicago Bears. You know she affiliated with the players already. She been already rubbing elbows and talking to, you know what I'm saying, all the Bear players and everything, and the Cubs, and she been all over here, the Bulls. She ain't trying to go through that, man, on the Chicago Sky. She gonna be like, this city is asinine, and I'm gone.
I mean, if she gets frustrated, I mean, I think the Liberty would probably have caps.
See that Wally Mac just here to cause
Nah,
confusion.
you laughing, but I think that's a fact. I think she'll go to Liberty in a few years if
Hey, yo,
Chicago
you
don't
know
get
what?
their shit together.
That's what I'm
You know
Yeah,
saying.
what?
the
So
I would
Wody
Mystics.
Mac,
love to
don't sit
have
there
her.
and
I would
Once she
say
love
the
to have
Mystics.
her.
that's what I'm saying. You don't want to piss off your franchise player, man. Like Angel Reese did make it abundantly clear that she said we making the playoffs next year. That's a big
Yes.
step because they failed to do it this year, right? You get in the playoffs, anything can happen because we got to
Absolutely.
look at
Absolutely.
injuries. We got to look at, like Bro Cross said, nothing's guaranteed, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's what I'm saying. You got to take it
look,
one day at a time, man.
look what Kay said though. Year three is not technically a slow build. I mean, you're a rookie your first year, sophomore player second. You bring some new tools to the table, right?
Man.
They probably add some pieces, some vets. Year three, hey, that's not necessarily
People,
bad.
people
It's
don't know
not
what
that
they want,
long.
man. People don't
As
know
long
what
as
they
you
want.
get, as long as you stacking wins, as long as you're not going backwards, I feel like you're making positive progress. You know what I'm saying? Just unfortunately, as long as you're not the 76ers of the WNBA, you good.
Now you heard what Joel Embiid said. Trust the process. What that process get him at?
About 50 wins, right?
No damn well.
30 wins to 50
Let me
Exactly.
wins
stop.
and the
I
playoff
mean,
appearance.
it did kind of take a crazy shot from Kawhi Leonard, though. I mean, they was right there.
I don't care. Like I
Back to the
said,
dope.
anything can happen. Israeli, anything can happen in the playoffs, man. Anything. You see
But
what
all
happened
right,
to
so
Golden
look, so
State
yeah, that's what I'm.
when Kevin Durant went down. Anything can happen.
But all right, so if they just add Carrington, right, and Vandersloot, you don't think they could make the playoffs with just them two, and then
Oh, they would.
get Joel Lloyd
They
the
would.
next year?
They would. But then who
Absolutely,
you?
they'll
But
make
then
the
I'm saying
playoffs.
who you
That's what
beat.
I'm
Are you
saying. Like, why
expecting
would you
people
But
to
even
why
give
not
up the
add
10th pick?
somebody extra in there to make the playoffs be a potential threat in the playoffs?
All I'm
I mean,
saying is
that is
though,
what I'm
They
and
saying.
get
I
you
get
Jewel
do
what
that
Lloyd
though.
this
Are
year.
you
I'm
beating
saying.
the links? Are you beating the links? Are you beating the aces?
Man, we don't,
No,
Brody. I can't say yes or no. I can't
I
say
could,
That's
yes or
all I'm
no
saying.
I could
because
answer that
look.
for you, K-Shot.
But hold on. I'll let you go here in a second, Brooke. I thought that the Las Vegas Aces was going to win it next year. I mean, last year.
Mhm.
But look who
Yeah,
won it.
good.
All right, go ahead,
I
Brooke.
mean, but we were saying the Liberty. I mean,
I,
All right,
I
go
was
ahead,
just
Brooke.
saying, I just want to say something really quick. My expectations for the Sky are just to make the playoffs. I'm not expecting them to be contenders and none of that right next year. But to answer your question, Wody, you being real, just
it's
definitive on when
Delhi,
you
not
think.
really. It's Delhi. My
I,
fault.
I was talking to Wody. I wasn't talking to you, Brody.
My fault.
But nice to meet you though. But Wody, you being real negative on what you're saying about the Sky, because you got to realize a year two Angel that we expecting to see and a year two Camilla could match up really good with those teams. I'm not saying that they will beat them. We're not expecting that. But is it possible? Hell yeah. I'm saying you gotta realize how, again, when you look at the end of last season on just how Camilla looked against Asia and how she looked at the beginning of the season versus Asia, that was two different Camillas, right? So when you start talking about, and then also sometimes you can have a team that's not as good as another team, but certain teams just match up well against each other. So even when you take a look
yeah.
at the Liberty and the Sky match up well against each other. At least last year, we don't know what's going to happen this year, obviously, but they just match up well. So for you to say that it's impossible or that they can't beat them is crazy. Now we
No,
expecting
I
that.
wouldn't
Nah,
say.
we just expecting the Sky to be a better team, a more complete team, and a playoff team. That's our expectations for the Sky. We're not expecting to be
Yeah.
contenders by next year. But to act like they can't beat one of those teams and knock one of those teams off, you sound crazy.
But all my point being though with that is, if your expectation is only to make the playoffs, then I don't feel like giving up any like a very valuable assets is worth it when you can just build. You
But
can
I
keep
think
keep building,
Make
keep
a
I'm gonna
building.
trade
land
The
to
my
more the
put
plane.
players get
Hold
Gabby
better,
on
on.
like
develop them, keep building.
next year.
Hold on. Let me respond to let me just respond to him and I'm gonna land my plane. I understand what you're saying, but I think what you think is value ain't everybody don't think is value, right? So when you start talking about lottery picks and you start talking about generational players that you can get in a lottery, that's valuable. But when you start talking about players that you gotta realize all draft picks, and this is through all leagues, all draft picks don't even translate.
That is
A
true.
lot
That is
a
true.
lot of draft picks is duds. You get what I'm
But this
saying? So
draft right here, but
you
keep it a
sitting
bean.
here putting a lot of value on a 10th pick that might not even pan out.
That's a
Hey,
fact. But
And there's
just from the
another
looks
player,
of it, just
and
from the looks of it,
you could trade that pick. And I don't even be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. I don't necessarily think we need to trade a pick. I think we got all the leverage in the world to get Drew Lloyd. That's me personally. But
okay.
if we do trade the 10th pick, we're not you trading a player that's a fit. You know how many, like, even if we use the 10th pick, right? You know how many players we get. It's so many players there. You don't even know who name to put there because it's like it's no
exactly.
particular player to put there. With the
Thank
third
you.
pick, we know exactly who we want. So
Thank
that's
you.
why I'm saying that 10th pick, you could trade that pick for somebody that we know is a bona fide WNBA player. That's a bona fide bucket.
Thank you.
Whereas with that 10th pick, that pick might not even pan out. So you
Thank
getting
you.
a
That's a fact.
wasted player anyway.
Thank you. Hey, I give you the
I,
clue. But check this out. Hey, shout out to B. She said if you have the cap in the picks now, make a move when you can make the move. And I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? And Wally Mack, I will say this to you, man. I need you to go ahead and fire up that New York Liberty channel over there on your end, man. And let's come over there and talk New York Liberty free agency, all right? And so we can come over there and cause some confusion on your end. When you gonna make that happen?
I got a channel that is dedicated to basketball stuff. I just haven't live streamed from it. But yeah,
No,
the
I want
Central
you to
Sports
talk
team,
about the New York Liberty. That's who I want you to talk
specifically,
about.
I could do that right from that channel. If I do,
Because
I can do
it
that
seemed
from
like
that channel.
Wody be coming over here. You be stirring up all kinds of sour meals, man.
I'm just saying, you know, I look at the bigger picture with things, and even looking at a team that'll be opposition to me, right? I look at it
That's
like,
why you don't want these moves to happen, because it's a
nah,
threat to
I'm
the New
cool with it.
York Liberty.
I'm cool with it because I still believe
New
that
York ain't
probably
winning that next year.
Satu is real close to Sabrina, right? Real close to Sabrina. I still got JJ. I still got Satu.
Oh
I
my
still
God, we
got
not
Sabrina.
back to this again.
Now
I
we gonna
still
leave
got
that alone. Hey,
JJ.
look, hold up, check this out, man. I got B. I got it's all jokes on here. Go ahead, B, man. B, look, I want you to come in here, right?
What's
And
good, B?
I want you to come in here because I saw the replay, man. I had to go find it on this Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
You was in conversation with our girl, but we'll get off into that a little later. But I want you to come up here and talk about these free agent moves that we talking about, and then I want you to explain something about what transpired in them Twitter Spaces.
All right. What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's up? What's up?
As far as the free agent moves, I think the Sky has an opportunity to make the playoffs this upcoming season easily with the cap room that they have, the draft picks that they have. Tyler and Jeff have a chance to put pieces in place where they can at least make the playoffs. And it's not like they were far from making the playoffs this season with the roster that Teaspoon had. And I think any roster will be brought better than the roster that we currently had. I think if you got the money right now and you got the leverage to get a Jewel Lloyd, you go out there and you get a Jewel Lloyd. You don't play with your food. And if your food is there for you to eat, you go get it. And she's open and available right now. So I think the Sky has have to do something and make that move now. Plus, you also don't know what's going to go on with the new CBA. Things may be changing. A lot of these players that you want are only going to sign 1 year deals anyway, because they don't want to be stuck in a deal and go into the new CBA and realize they could be getting paid more. So they only gonna sign 1 year deals. As far as Jewel, I think like you have leverage just because this is home, this is comfort to her. She seems as though she's ready to come home. And if she's ready to come home, I think you make that happen, especially knowing like you ready to move on from Kennedy Carter. You have to replace that scoring somewhere, and I think Jewel is the person to replace that scoring.
Thank you.
That's
So let
that
me ask you a
good take.
question, B. What is your thoughts on them talking to Dejanay Carrington?
I get talking to Dejanay Carrington. I get it. The Sky point guards and guards, they struggled in defense last year. And they struggled bad. On the back end, you got Camilla and Angel, but you can't put that much pressure on Camilla and Angel and they get 6 fouls and be out for the rest of the game. At some
Facts.
point, you got to have an enforcer up top, and the Sky struggled with that. So I get wanting to add youth. Dejanay is not old; she's a young player. She's capable of playing defense. She's capable of getting to the rim, but I think her shortcomings is that she struggles at the 3 point line. So I think it's good to have talks with her. It's not like the Sky say, "Oh yes, we're signing her tomorrow." It's good to go into this and talk to every free agent that's available. You want
Mm-hmm.
to pitch your team. You want to pitch your organization. You don't want to just limit yourself to one player. You want to go
Yeah,
out there. You want to talk to everybody because you don't know who can fit with these girls. So
yeah,
I think talking to Dejanay was a good move. She's available. Why wouldn't I talk to her?
yeah.
Facts.
Now another question is what you think about the Courtney Vandersloot conversation.
I think Courtney adds a veteran presence that the Sky didn't necessarily have last year. I know you got Diamond the Shields and then you got Mo Jefferson and Rachel, but that's not Courtney Vandersloot. Like and Diamond was on the championship team, but that's not Courtney Vandersloot. You lack talent at that point guard position. You lacked it at that point guard position. And if you going into this draft more than a draft for point guard, you want to get at point guard somebody that they can learn from. And
Yeah.
That's a fact.
if I draft for Olivia Miles, I'm expecting her to learn how to play the point guard from Dana Evans. Dana Evans never played the point guard. So I want to add that veteran presence just to hone in on these younger kids' talents
She
who
not
I'm
good at it
potentially
either.
trying to go and draft.
Hey, it's funny that you said that, B.
Drop the bomb, K
Hey,
Sap.
hold on. Watch it. Hey, B brought up a good point, y'all. She threw two names out there: Dana Evans, Diamond the Shield. Well, three names: Dana Evans, Diamond the Shields, and Mo Jefferson. Right. So, what's 1 year gonna make a difference? Last year they didn't get no playing time, so all of a sudden they're gonna be 26-minute game players this year. Come on, guys, make it make sense, man. Last year they were sitting on the bench for a reason, right?
Yeah, well, waste
Yeah.
of space.
Okay,
Hey,
so
really quick.
what y'all think they gonna get in the they gonna be starters this year? Come on, guys.
Hey,
And all I
really
gotta say,
quick. Hey, hold on, really quick. Hey, bro, Claude, be from the crib.
Okay, B, what's up? She
What's
she
up? What's
already
up? What's
know.
up?
B, I'm from Pulaski Road,
Hey,
Van Buren.
we from the same area. I grew up on Pulaski.
All right, let them know who soldiers at war is then. That's who I am. I'm Killer C, the gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Let them know. Let them know what that
We,
orange
we,
and black
we got we got some
all over
connections
the
in
city
here.
is.
I
The
like
store
that.
on
West
Madison Street.
Side.
Hey,
The
I
West
told you.
Side.
Hey, K said
Yeah,
what
I'm
I
from the
told you he
south,
gonna do is
south
when he
side,
Yeah,
find out she from the
Killerwood.
crib.
yeah. But yeah, that's
I'm
crazy
from the
that B
south
said
side,
that, man.
Killerwood.
Yeah, that's
Oh
crazy
yeah,
you
what's
said
up?
that,
You
B.
you know about us too over there.
Yeah,
I'm saying 79th and Stony. You know, so many CDs on 79th and Stony. Our
that's
store, my
right.
storefront right there that I own next to Jerk Villa. Yeah,
I
right
told I
there,
told you it was gonna
739
happen, K
Yeah.
West.
said.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
all love, man. I'm glad y'all got the connection. But look,
yeah.
B said some things that y'all got to pay attention to. Them three names, they wasn't in the start. Somebody got some feedback. Yeah, but they got three players that she just named. They wasn't in the lineup last year.
that's Latoya. Latoya.
Toy, that's you. Hold up.
Huh?
Somebody got some feedback. Hello? Yeah, that was Latoya. But yeah, but them they wasn't in the starting lineup last year. So throw them in the starting lineup this year. All right, what you got, Mo3? I know you got some more to say. Come on, get in here.
Man, I'm just saying the same thing that B just said. I feel like they're going the Olivia Miles route, and that's why they getting Slew and DJ Carrington.
That's a
That's
fact.
just that's just how I see it. Because I don't see any other reason why they would. I mean, it could be what you're saying, but that doesn't really make sense to me because then they would have three
What
small
who's
forwards
saying
basically. What you were saying
about what?
with the Citron route, but then they would have three small forwards. They would have Citron, Carrington, and Michaela. And I already know they're pushing Michaela heavy. They're already typing her up, talking about she was the first one when the season ended. This is the first one she was guaranteed to come back, even though she was an unrestricted. I mean, she was a restricted free agent. They were talking about her first quarter. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this. She's in the gym right now working with Tyler Marsh
Hey
because
Mo,
he
not to
claimed.
cut you off, not to cut you off, but Citron natural position is the two. She's not a small forward. She just so happened to be 6'1". She played the two. She moved over for Hannah. But when Olivia Miles was hurt, Sonia Citron led that team in the playoffs.
That's
They
a
got
fact.
Hannah. They got Hannah, and she's 6'1", so she's able to move down. She's able to play them positions. But Citron is a shooting guard. So I wouldn't write her out. We're getting one of those Notre Dame players. We just don't know which one it is yet. But one of them girls will be on the Chicago Sky.
And
Yeah,
unproven or not, guess what though? Unproven or not though, right? Y'all got a lot of faith in Citron and Miles, right? So
Oh my
what?
goodness,
As
here we
deep
go.
as deep as this draft, I know, hear me out.
bruh,
As deep as
bruh,
this draft is
bruh.
compared to so many other years, as deep as this draft, we can name Prince, you can name Hanley Van Lift, you can name AZ Fudge. So look, you could got 10 players that most people think is gonna be solid. Maddie Segrist, you keep hearing Uncle JE come up here and say it, right? So now you got 3 and 10. You got two, even if they don't start. Let's say you do get Vandersloot, you do get Carrington, and Michaela stays there, right? You got your starting 5. Your 2 players you drafted don't have to start, so they can develop on the bench too. So now this is what I'm talking about: building, developing.
So who you gonna
Give
play?
away
Dana
what? Unless you
Evans,
want.
Mariah Jefferson. They in the starting lineup, Wody?
Nah, they're not starting.
So
I'm
who
talking
gonna
about
start
with
Nancy
for you?
Allen is not
you just
coming back.
said Vandersloot, right? Vandersloot
No, you
and
talking
Carrington, right?
about you said the draft picks don't have to start. So who we gonna throw in the starting
Right.
lineup, man?
If you
Lindsey Allen to start
with
like
this
he did
with the
last year.
if you get Vandersloot and Carrington, I'm saying with that perspective that you do get Vandersloot and Carrington, hopefully you do get them. And I don't see, and that's, I guess it's up to them to decide. I see you probably will get Vandersloot. Because I mean she's unrestricted all around, and Connecticut can contest the offer. So Carrington is not a guarantee, but Vandersloot you might definitely get. So boom, you set that. That's more than just veteran presence. She's saying veteran presence at the point guard position. To me, it's not just that. She's a great facilitator, which you did not have already at the point guard position. You just upgraded your point guard position tenfold. Even whoever you bring in as a point guard, if you per se were to get Olivia Miles, Vandersloot still is going to be a better facilitator than him right now currently, and the rook can sit behind, come off the bench and learn. There's
Okay,
no pressure.
you saying that? Okay, but Courtney Vandersloot is the only one that you saying slide into that starting lineup, and all the draft
Guaranteed.
picks can come off the bench, right?
Yeah.
So why did you fire Teresa Weatherspoon? If that's the case, you could have just kept her, because that
Well,
tells
you ain't
me
see, you
that.
ain't hear what was being said.
But hold
You ain't
up,
see some of the stuff
but
being said.
yeah, but that tells me that you putting Dana Evans and what's your name back in the starting lineup, but throwing Courtney Vandersloot in there, right?
I think Dana
No,
Evans
I don't
get
see. I
packaged.
don't see it. I don't
I
see
think Dana
Dane
Evans
Evans going
get
to start.
packaged, and I think she gonna get packaged with whoever they decide to trade for. If it's Jewel Lloyd, I think it'll be like Dana in the 3rd or the 10th pick, and she's getting packaged for Jewel, or whoever they decide to trade for. I think they
Yeah.
court Dana just so they can trade her.
See that's
That's
Oh,
just
they
the one.
called
That's
her.
the
I
part
didn't
where
know they called
that's the
her.
part though that that's the
They
part though
sent
that,
her an
like I said,
offer, and
y'all.
she got the chance to accept or deny.
now she ain't
And I
court.
ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie to
I
you.
know they
She just got that
sent
offer.
a qualifying offer, but a
Yeah.
court offer is
Yeah,
Oh,
different.
she's signing that qualified offer, bro.
yeah.
She's signing that. She ain't turning that down.
I'm hoping not. Because look, another thing that I'm just thinking about right now, I ain't just think about this, but I'm listening to y'all. I don't think a lot of people thinking about this. Unless they cutting somebody, because you gotta realize we keep talking about what
Bro,
they
I
gonna trade.
said that, man.
We
All
keep
these
look. But look, KSAP, they keep talking about what we going to trade with players with no trade value, right? So Mariah Jefferson, I don't know how much trade value she has, but she a point guard on our roster. Plus, you got Lindsey Allen. I actually like Lindsey Allen as a backup, so I don't know why everybody keep over talking her like she's not a solid backup. But we got Lindsey Allen too. If Dana Evans signed this damn qualifying offer, we got 3 damn point guards on the roster. Now they over there talking to Courtney Vandersloot. If they sign her, that's 4 point guards on the roster, and everybody's
they
still
moving
talking about
somebody,
Olivia
bro.
Miles.
They
But look,
moving
everybody's still talking about Olivia Miles. That's 5 point guards on the roster. All
But
right,
you,
cool. They moving
Brooke,
somebody. My question is, who has trade value?
Nobody,
and
because
Brooke,
nobody got a
Brooke,
showcase.
some of them people gonna go to training camp and get cut, like you saying.
Yeah, a lot. Some of
Yeah.
They
them
gonna
go
get cut
But
in
these
definitely
are
training
get cut.
people
camp.
that see when y'all say they go on a training camp and get cut. Normally, people that and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because I'm new to the WNBA. Normally, people that go to training camp and get cut be on training camp contracts. These are people that's under contract.
But they
That's
can
why.
drop. They can cut them. They can release
You
them,
can
bro.
cut a player though.
If they
That's
sign,
why.
if Dana Evans signs that qualifying offer, and like you said and B said, if they don't have no trade value going into training camp, like you said, they can bring in training camp invitees to participate. And the people that we talk about, they can go and release them, because if they don't have no trade value, if Jeff is out there trying to market them in a trade package and nobody's biting, they'll sign that qualifying offer, get in the training camp, and they'll get released.
That sound like a
Brennan,
waste of
they
money
said
to me, but I hear
I
you.
know, but if there's no, like you said, Brooke, if there's no trade value for them,
They
then
got to get rid of them
you
somehow.
got to drop them somewhere.
if I was them, I'd give Brendan Maxwell a second look too. They drafted her. She's 6'1" and she a sniper shooter.
Oh,
I say
here we
give her a
go. Here
second
we
look,
go
bring
with
her back.
another name, man.
He back to
Yeah, y'all drafted
Maxwell.
her. They drafted her.
I
Hey, the
know.
Sky drafted her.
They drafted
Yeah.
that girl that was in that they was unprotected in the Valkyrie draft. We ain't know nothing about her. She was overseas.
I
Maria
do think
Condit.
that
They
I
Yeah.
do
great
think the
player.
Sky
Yeah.
need to go into training camp with more than 14 players in
Oh
training
yeah.
camp this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Having
they will.
14 players in training camp last year you didn't get to see anybody play.
Yeah.
You lucked up because Kennedy Carter was there, but you didn't really get to see anybody play. You got to go into it with more than 14 players. So if that means bringing Brenna back and
That'd be a great
putting
pickup.
lighting some fire under somebody's ass, I mean, make these girls go to war.
Yeah.
You want to make a roster, you're gonna have to show me something in training camp to make that roster.
Right.
They really had 13 players because obviously Coach Teaspoon ain't think Kaiser had no game.
Yeah. Got her up out of there
Yeah.
quick, fast, in a hurry.
How many can they have in training camp? Do anybody know, guys?
I think 17 or
I
18, ain't it?
Yeah, I think it's
17.
18.
Okay.
17, 17? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will have a full month and make them work.
But
Yeah.
also, I want to speak to the teaspoon spot firing real quick because I heard somebody say, if that's the case, teaspoon could have stayed.
I said that.
Teaspoon was never Jeff's person.
Yeah.
Jeff got hired after Teaspoon.
Yep, and that
He
was the
didn't
problem.
agree. He didn't agree to that hiring,
Yeah.
so she was gone anyway. When you got a GM who comes in and you hire them after you hire the head coach, they don't really too much. What I'm looking at you for.
Yep.
You not the person that I picked.
Yeah.
Now Tyler will be around because this is the person that Jeff picked. This is the person that Jeff wanted there. Teaspoon was hired before him. That won his girl.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. We said that on
I'm gonna
plenty
wish
of
y'all well
shows,
though.
B. We said that on plenty of shows, B. Like, Jeff was upset that Teresa Weatherspoon was hired before him, and he had to sit there and ride the ship all year long, regardless if they made the playoffs or not. They still was going to let her up out of there. It wasn't going to change if she got into the playoffs. It wasn't going to change. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my take on that. But Duvall, you back? Oh, Duvall,
I'm here.
go ahead. What you got?
Like I said, it's pretty much it's how they go about this rebuilding situation as far as they gonna build a win now, they gonna build, saying the slow build. But like I said, they gotta think about the customers that they asking to pay these high prices for to see their products. So I think they need to make some win now moves, especially with Angel being out in that Rival, she helping recruiting these players. You know what I'm saying? Don't let her effort go to waste and go for granted. Cause that'll make a person mad and want to get up out of there too.
Yeah. That's a great point, man. I mean, it's like I said, man. It's some noise out there in Chicago right now, man. It's some things that are transpiring, man. We don't know what's gonna happen, man. But as far as these free agents that we want to see come, the people that we want to see go, we got to give it some time, man. We got to give it some time, man. But look, man, great show. You know what I'm saying? We can come back tomorrow. We're gonna go. Brooklyn's going live tomorrow, guys. So we're gonna go over to Brooklyn's channel. He got a lot he wants to talk about, but I do appreciate everybody that jumped up on the panel today. Keisha, Bro Claude, Wody Mack, Mo3, Duvall, B. I appreciate you coming up on the panel. You're welcome anytime. Like I said, you in this community now. Make sure you guys in the chat go subscribe to all these platforms that show love and support. And tomorrow, Brooklyn, what time you going live tomorrow?
What time? Like not. I'm going 9 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. So Keisha, are you calling the game tomorrow? It's not tomorrow, is it?
No, they moved the game to Friday.
Okay.
LSU.
So everybody is
No,
everybody's not doing them tomorrow.
they moved the
Okay.
game to Friday.
Okay.
Friday.
LSU.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody is
Hey, so
everybody's not doing them tomorrow.
They moved the game to Friday.
Okay.
LSU.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Wait, ain't the ain't LSU ain't we doing LSU tomorrow, Sister Keisha?
They moved the game
Nah,
to
they moved
Friday.
it Friday
They moved it to Friday because of the
because they
snow
can't handle
that
the
happened
snow in
in
the.
Baton Rouge. Yeah, we
You,
don't
Oh,
get
you
well,
that.
get a
We get
you
that
get
every 20 years,
you get
bro,
a half
Claude.
an inch of you get a half an inch of snow in the south and
oh, okay.
break
Yeah,
it just
yeah,
break
Teacher
down.
Mella. I'm gonna have to do a double head. I'm gonna do the LSU game and I'm gonna do Unrivaled because
Okay.
because the
okay,
LSU game got moved. Yeah, it's at four
okay,
o'clock, bro, Claude, on Friday.
okay.
Mhm.
All right. But
The LSU game.
Mhm. Against South Carolina.
yeah, but
Oh,
I'll go
okay.
ahead.
I thought we was gonna hear about these Twitter spaces. I
Oh
thought that's what you
yeah. B, before we end, man, let's go ahead and
before
make
we
a light of
go.
the situation because I know you was on with our good friend Kennedy Carter. Go ahead and
Yeah,
go ahead and let us know how that conversation went.
let that cook.
I think the conversation went well with Kennedy. Kennedy had like when the article dropped that, in a time, they got to a certain time, a certain day to extend offers to players, and time was up. Article dropped that this guy wasn't going to extend an offer to Kennedy, and Kennedy got on Twitter, and I think it was timing mostly of when she started to retweet some things and speak on Unrival and all of that, and fans was in an uproar. Like, Kennedy is taking shots at the sky. She's taking shots at players. Fans thought she was taking shots at Angel or whatever. So it went on for a while on Twitter. She came into a space that I'm normally in on WNBA radio, and she just wanted to clear some things up. We got a chance to chop it up with her and ask her some questions. Me specifically, I asked her questions surrounding
Mm-hmm.
like
I heard you.
locker room drama,
Yeah.
rumors of her being like a cancer,
Yeah.
rumors of her not getting along with her teammates, and how she felt with being in Chicago. And she basically said that like she loved her time in Chicago. She loved Jeff. Um, she loves Angel. She loves Marina. Like she had no problems with her teammates. She did allude to like some jealousy from some players, possibly because she took their minutes. So you take from that, you know,
Dana
context,
Evans.
That's
Oh,
context
Dana
I
clues
got
to
it.
Evans.
that.
Mhm.
That's
Context clues
Dana.
from that. But she say she felt like, how it is when you take people minutes. Some people don't like it or whatever. So that's what she alluded to. But she said that she had no problem with Angel. She loved Angel. She loved Chicago, the city, the
Hmm.
organization. She felt like it was a good fit for her. She said if Jeff and Tyler feel like she's not a good fit for the upcoming team, she take that as a business. She's just gonna do what she had to do out here in free agency to find a place for her to fit in. And I respect her for that. She did clear up like the Twitter stuff, saying like it's not what people think it is. She focused on herself and what she needs to do to grow. She did say she thinks she has the ability to play the point guard. So
Hmm.
she wanna test those waters to see what she do in that position. But it was real cool. She chopped it up with us for a while, and her brother came through and talked to us and everything. It was good to talk to her and just get her perspective. Um, she said like she felt as though it was a space for her to talk to the fans because we never really get to hear from her. We always get to hear from the media. We don't usually get to hear her side of things. So
And you know what's funny, B? The only thing I would say in that conversation, why the hell did she block Katie Mack?
I don't know. Oh, she went
That
on a blocking spree too, and I
that
was
that that's what I was like through the whole conversation. I was like, and you mentioned it. Why did you block old girl? Right?
yeah.
And Katie Mack has been in our chat. You know, she be reposting her stuff on Twitter. And I'm like, I go back and I listen. I'm like, Katie Mack said some things that got up under Kennedy's skin, addressing some things. So, like you said, she went on a blocking spree. That's the only thing that I would question. When it got tough out there. Kennedy blocked her.
Yeah, and
That's the only thing
she
I would
said
say.
like
When it got tough, she blocked her.
she was saying like she feel like she had to block people when like it brings no value to her brand or
Yeah.
to her characteristics to who she is. So she said she had to block people, and you know I'm not gonna argue with anybody and their reasons on why they
Yeah,
block
exactly.
people. But
I just found it kind of funny, but like, cause she didn't address some of the things that old girl was asking, so
I
it was
got
a
on the call.
block
Yeah.
city.
Can I get my perspective on what I thought when I was listening to that?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm a huge Kennedy supporter. Let me start there, right? So I want the best for Kennedy. I'ma still root for Kennedy wherever she go. With that said, I feel like I heard a little spinning and that I ain't like, right? She said that, oh, I was only thinking about myself. When I make layups, that's why I like the post. It wasn't no shade to nobody, yada, 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 right? But I remember early in the season, she got upset and was going crazy on Twitter when that list came out and it had Angel over her, right? And it was like the same thing. You always saying something that people got a question. Like, wait, was that a wait? What's that? So I just ain't like that. Like I could tell when somebody like swindling me, right? And I'm
Capping.
not sitting here saying like
Cap.
I feel like most of that interview was positive, but I feel like a lot of that was like cleaning shit up too because the fans was coming at her. So I feel like she wanted to clear up. Oh, nah. I was just watching Unrivaled, and I make my layup, so I know how important it. Come on now, you more aware of that, and in your words and what they're gonna mean and how people gonna take it. You more aware of that. You get what I'm saying? So that's the
Yeah.
only thing I didn't like. I didn't believe. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't believe that part when she said that. I'm like, okay, Kennedy, whatever. But outside of that, I'm happy that she cleared the air. I'm happy she was able to talk to the fans. Like I said, I'm gonna support her. I'm still a Kennedy supporter, but I know bullshit when I hear it, and I just felt like that part was bullshit.
and I feel like a
Hey.
lot of people felt that way too.
Yeah.
I got a lot of little DMs like,
Yeah.
yo, I think
That's
she
why I
She
lying,
brought
was
that
and
up.
I
capping.
appreciate like they was just basically saying like I appreciate you asking the questions head on. Like
Yeah, now that's a
just
fact.
just asking her flat out, what do you mean?
No, I heard
What did
you.
you
I
mean
heard you.
back
That
then?
was good,
Like,
B. That was
And,
but
good.
and the
I
crazy thing
mean,
about it is, B, I'm glad that Brooklyn brought it up and you brought it up. And you said it's the timing of things, right?
mm-hmm.
And this is what's crazy. I can't make this stuff up because when Kennedy come out here tweeting about layups, everybody thought she was talking about Unrivaled because there was a lot of missed layups, right? You know, Kennedy did the same thing in 2023. She tweeted about Angel. She said, man, laugh out loud on this stage for a reason. These layups you got to make. This is what we're talking about.
See,
And see, it's the timing
and I
of it.
guarantee you, not to cut you off, K-Side, but I guarantee if you ask her about that, she not gonna be honest. She gonna spin you. She
That's
gonna be
what
like,
I'm
"Oh,
saying.
nah, I didn't mean it." Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's what I'm saying. She tweeted this same thing in 2023, man.
And I think people said she went back and deleted it
Yeah,
because
but no,
people started finding it and retweeting
exactly.
when she
And started
deleted the
throwing it
tweet.
back up. And I think that's why she got pissed off at old girl and blocked her because she was asking her the difficult questions.
That's
She
right.
didn't want to answer it.
That's right.
I'm going on a
Yeah,
block. I'm
man.
going on a blocking spree. Keep the
Yeah.
negativity out of here. I shouldn't have to address
That
that.
ain't that ain't
I know,
negativity.
but I'm just
We was
saying.
calling
But
your ass out.
yeah,
You was getting your
that's what
ass
it is.
called out.
That's what it is. It's the like B said. I've always said it's the timing of things that Kennedy be putting on Twitter, and then you say the same thing you said 2 years ago.
That you're trying to spin it.
Angel on the
I
big
know it's
stage,
somebody
and you talking
swindling
about she
me.
out there missing layups. Go ahead, Keisha. I know you want to
You
say
know
something.
what? You know what I don't understand about people. I don't know why they can't stand 10 toes down. Let me tell y'all something. When I want to get petty, I can get petty.
Yeah.
And just
And
be
if I
petty.
come and if I come back to you and be like, and you come back and say, "Nah, Keisha, you took a shot." And you know what I
You,
did? I was feeling petty
you
right
say
then.
that on
I
shows.
apologize.
You say that
That's
all the
Yes.
right.
time on the
You say
show.
that on
Why can't you
shows.
just stand 10 toes? Look, I was in my petty mode. Bump all them heifers if
Right.
I'm off the team. But now I didn't calm down.
Yeah.
I was just feeling some type of way. Why can't you just stand 10 toes down and tell
Right.
people what it is? I understand if you hurt. If I'm Kennedy Carter, yeah, you hurt. You have a right to be hurt.
Yeah.
You
Hey
have a right to
Keisha.
be upset.
Hey
Especially when
Keisha.
they chose Dana over you and you took her
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Check it
Yeah.
out though. Hey Keisha. Let me tell you something about B. B from our city, right? We kind of similar, like you know how New York is always
I
up on
told
them.
you, KSAT.
We in Chicago, right? We snake catchers. This is the player city. So we know bullshit when we hear it because that's called game. And when you gaming and you put in the game, I mean, she was straight capping. So B, I appreciate that because I heard it. I listened.
Yeah.
And you was like, you sound like Don Juan to me. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
heard you, B. I heard. So the thing is that me personally, you could go to my channel and see how I advocate for Kennedy Carter. I'm at Jeff P. Neck. I'm still upset. I really am. I'm still upset. And I did my best not to crash out on here and on my own channel for Kennedy. But when I
Let me get
heard
in
that
here real.
last night, B, uh, I think, I mean, the night before last, right? That was the night before last.
Yeah.
When I heard it the night before last, I kind of like, I smelled bullshit. And when my father said you could get a nice porcelain plate with shit on top,
You
then you
gotta
put
watch
some
the
whipped
language, bro,
cream.
Claude. Bro, Claude, you gotta watch that language
My
now.
bad, my bad. With doo doo on top and whipped cream, and then you put a cherry on top of it, it's still doo doo on the plate. And you fed us that when I heard that her answers to you, and that's what she was doing. You know what I mean? But I'm my bad, case out because you know, this is the last time I want to talk about this. I'm gonna just be quiet about the Kennedy Carter situation because I'm all the way stressed out about it.
Yeah, we're
I'm
gonna
all
move
the way,
on from it. I just
I'm
wanted
all the
B
way
to
stressed out.
address what happened in the Twitter spaces so she could clean some things up. But I will say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone myself. She tweeted the same thing the other night that she tweeted in 2023, guys. Make it make sense. All right, Duvall, go ahead.
Only thing I'm gonna say to Brooklyn, respectfully, they ain't choose Dana Evans over Kennedy Carter. They chose Angel Reese over Kennedy Carter because Kennedy Carter had the mindset that she is the franchise player and she's not the franchise player. She thought she was Nino Brown, but she really G Money, but she don't want to be G Money, and that's okay. She gotta find her own team where she could be Nino Brown, and so, but she ain't gonna be Nino Brown, Chicago Sky.
I can't deal with Duvall.
Hey, nah,
Hey, explosion,
the ball
explosion,
is
case
speaking
out,
facts. That's what I was
explosion.
gonna
He
say.
Man,
deserved that.
I can't deal with
Hey,
Duvall with these
hey,
with the Otis and the Temptations.
Oh yeah, the ball old school. That's the right
Uh,
though. That's about right.
yeah, but look,
hey,
go ahead,
hey,
Mo
but
three,
he
and then we're
right
gonna get
though.
up out of here. Go ahead.
He right
Go ahead,
though
Mo.
because when I was listening to that conversation, I was rocking with Kennedy at first. I was like, okay, okay. So yeah, they bullshitting. They trying to they smearing you. But until it got to the question about coming off the bench, when somebody asked her, I don't know who that was that asked her, hey,
Yeah, she
so
kind of trying to pack them up.
yeah,
There you go, B. Stop causing confusion, B. See, you came in here, see what you're doing?
are you gonna come off the bench? And she just flipped up. She
Yeah,
done switched the whole thing up like and started with like, oh, did you see me? Do you see what
yeah.
happened when you come on? I can't come off the bench. coming off her whole ego just came out like she's the best thing since sliced bread, and I'm like, what?
And then after
So
that, y'all
I'm like,
realize,
oh yeah. Then it made me start thinking about when the ESPN list came out and Angel was on top of her and she snapped, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's what it is.
yeah.
She thinks she's the franchise player.
hmm And to
Like she
piggyback off
feel
of that,
like
Mo three,
she's that one.
and to
And then I
piggyback
went
off,
back and
I'm
listened to
sorry,
the rest of it, and then I started feeling like Brooklyn. I'm like, yo, she's swindling. She's trying to
yeah.
swindle, man.
And to piggyback off of that, Brooklyn, after that Twitter space conversation, she started going on Twitter, posting all her Chinese highlights. And I'm gonna leave that alone. And we done with Kennedy Carter, but I'm glad you came up here and
She
gave us.
Nino Brown.
Yeah,
That's what Duval
yeah,
for.
yeah. But look,
Yeah.
No, she G money. She
Nah,
G
nah,
money.
nah. Hey, guys, look, great show, man. The ball, man. I don't know where you be coming up with all this stuff, man, but
Hey, he watch
it's
the
crazy.
movies.
But look,
He watch our
check
movies.
this out. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat,
Mhm.
man. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate everybody that showed love tonight. Appreciate everybody that pulled up. Hey, B, appreciate your knowledge. Appreciate you pulling up. We had Latoya B in here for the first time. Appreciate you coming up on the panel. Great conversation. Great discussion. Brooklyn, as always. Appreciate you pulling up. Mo 3, the silent assassin. Y'all guys crazy. Hey, I
Hey,
appreciate
I was
you
only
pulling
silent
up.
because Wody Mack kept stealing my conversation, bro.
Hey, well, y'all told y'all I did. How many times have I come on somebody's platform when Wody Matt is in the chat? What do I tell y'all about Wody Mack, man? That's his job in these YouTube streets. That's his only purpose, man.
He only in to cause confusion.
He goes on people's platforms, and this is what he does, man. That's why before I brought Wody Mack up, I had to give him a disclaimer, and I had to let y'all know this is what Wody Mack is going to do. He's
But look,
in the
this
YouTube streets every night on everybody's panel doing this. Go ahead, Brooke.
but look, that's why I said something to you, because I was like, normally I would have just jumped in, but I'm trying to be respectful, let everybody go. I can't get a word in because he going like back to back to back to back. I'm like, damn, I can't even get a word.
I told y'all this is what I got to do with Wody Mack. Anytime I bring Wody Mack up, I got to
Gotta
give
warn
him a
people.
disclaimer because this is what Wody does. You can go on anybody's platform, and Wody Mack is going to do that. He tried to
I
do
see
that.
him everywhere doing
Look,
that.
he tried to do that tonight with Keisha and Key. And I said, look, Wody Mack, look, stop what you're doing. That's what you got to know how to take Wody Mack, man. Wody Mack be coming up with, I respect him. I respect all his opinions, but you got to understand what Wody Mack be trying to do, man. And we can't let Wody Mack do it, man.
No, no,
over here.
he was like, this the women tonight, Brody
Yeah,
Mac.
that's
This
what I'm
the
saying.
women.
Wody
This the
tries to
women
do
right
that,
now.
man. He do that on
Cause
everybody
confusion.
platform. And I don't let Wody Mack get away with it. I gotta stay on Wody Mack head, man. I gotta stay on his head, man. Because I remember when Wody Mack first came up here, you know, he was glazing Caitlin Clark out the man. He had more than honey. He had syrup. He had pancake
He was
juice.
twerking.
He had a thong on. He had everything. But that's either here nor there. But that is crazy. Y'all gotta watch Wody Mack, man. Sometimes you gotta look at Wody Mack's comments and be like, look, I can't entertain that tonight. I can't entertain. Nah, the Rose don't play again until Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, they play Saturday.
They don't play until Saturday. But yeah, but tomorrow, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time, 8:00 Central Standard Time. Brooklyn's going live. We're gonna pull up over there, right? Look, check this out. I'm gonna let y'all know this, right? Nah, I ain't gonna let y'all know this just yet.
Hey, K-Sap.
What's up?
Can I make an announcement real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. For some of y'all, you know, if you ever saw the movie Hoop Dreams, Arthur A.G., that's my first cousin. We're gonna do a show. I just got confirmation with him, and if y'all want to tune in into the show, I got confirmation. I just sent it to KSAP.
Hey, you know what's funny, bro, Claude? I didn't mean to cut you off. I had to cut you off. Me and Arthur A.G. was supposed to link up probably about 6 months ago and do a show, man.
I got him.
All you gotta do is mention my name to him. He'll know who I am.
Okay. So
we were supposed to do a show.
I gotta holler at you after the show, just to let you know.
All right.
So I'm gonna make sure just a discreet panel. He say he'll come up. Of course, UK Sap, of course.
Yeah. Now,
But
if you mention my name, if you mention K-Sap Simply Ball Dropping, he'll know who to talk about. I got his DM right here. We were supposed to do a show together, but he was let me know that him and buddy, the author William Gates, they had some things that they had the show that they was doing, so it didn't match the times. Yeah.
Yeah, that was true. Yeah, that was true. So I just wanted I put it in the chat already, and I just wanted to let y'all know, man, I appreciate y'all. And we on Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man, K-Sap, the baddest podcast on planet Earth. My man, thank you, K-Sap. I appreciate you, man. You see me growing. You help me growing. Listen, everybody, this man is a humble dude. I thank you. I appreciate you, man. And that's all I got to say.
Brooklyn, don't leave the stream when I end it. Don't leave the stream. Stay on the stream, Brooklyn.
I bet.
Hey, check this out, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody. Man, I want to tell y'all this, but I just can't right now. I'm sorry.
Tell us.
I don't even know why I brought it up, man.
We on
doing
Simply
that.
Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man, K-Sap, the baddest podcast on planet Earth, baby.
You do stuff like my mama used to do, say stuff and then back out of it. Stop that.
Like sometimes, man, I can't hold water. I want to say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I brought it up, guys.
You think because you got that Reese's?
Oh, you done got us itching. You just started to itch, and we started to scratch.
No,
you talking about some no.
Since he got that Reese's Pieces jersey on, a hoodie on, we gonna give him a pass.
Got the Reese's Pieces hoodie on.
I gotta
backing up.
Check this out. The next time I go live, I'll open up the announcement in the news on the next live, man. So that means y'all got to get here early, man. So
okay.
I ain't got time. I'm supposed to know before you go live.
Yeah, I'll let my podcast people know before I go live, man.
Okay. You're supposed to get the exclusive. All right.
I don't even know why I even mentioned it, man, because it was like only reason why I said it because my wife texted me and said, "Did you tell the people about the good?" See, I'm just talking too much. Let me stop.
Keep going. Hey, we already seen it.
When you going live next time?
No.
I already seen it.
That's the good one, Lisa. Can the members know? Yeah, for all my members that are members of the channel, tomorrow morning I'm gonna post it in the community, in my community post, but it's only gonna be for the members, so only the members will see it. I'll let y'all know the good news first. And look, man, let me stop, man. Let me get up out of here, man. I'm about to end this show,
get
man.
Off the line.
Yeah, I gotta get off, man. But Brooklyn, don't. In Brooklyn, don't you ask me what it is, because I ain't telling you.
Oh, no. I ain't even worried about it. I ain't even worried about it. I'm going to say congratulations to whatever it is. I ain't worried about it. I got to talk to you about something else.
Talks about it all the time.
Let me tell you,
put it this way.
Louisiana people are nosy. You shouldn't even start it.
I know. Put it this way.
Just don't worry about it because it's really good.
Put it this way.
I already saw it.
Yeah, this is some major news, man. This is a breakthrough.
Really good.
But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. See,
congratulations, big bro.
Hey, I pray. See, come on, y'all keep saying that. Y'all gonna make me spill the beans.
Gingerbread man, bye.
Yeah, hey, B, appreciate you, B. Appreciate you, B. Let me let B get her final words. What's your final thoughts, B? And then we're gonna get up out of here.
Nah, just thank you for having me on, accepting me in the family.
Anytime, man. Anytime. Y'all, put it this way.
My family.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, put it this way. Just ride the wave, baby. Just ride the wave, man. I'm telling you, just ride the wave, y'all.
Good.
Woo, I'm about to go get me a drink, man. Hey, all right.
Oh shit!
Check this out.
Oops.
Man.
Well, that's all, folks.
Like you said, man.
My man, I'm gone. Love y'all. Come over to Steady Serv'n. ENT.
That's all, folks.
I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Much love. We out.
Love you
Holla.
more.
We out.
All right, stay on here, Brooklyn. All right, let me end it.